Recording, Gordon?
Recording, Jordan.
Jordan. Gordon?
Bombay.
Tommy. Welcome back, guys, to Freedom 35er CNFT podcast, episode 8, technically episode 9 if you've been here since the OG days. My name is Tommy. I go by TOMMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
Tonight, Lavish Bear on Zoom. It's just, dude, Tom, you didn't surprise me tonight. I missed Fart Cuban from last week. That was my favorite. So
That's an original.
I don't think we're gonna top that one.
Really blew us away last week. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Now, yeah, guys. So this week, we got a lot to talk about, including brand new communities that came out of nowhere this week, including the actual Ghostchain itself, and that's not in regards to Cardano. Yummi Universe has a brand new drop feature for their burn. I think that's going to be kind of a pioneer for some of the future drops on these existing CNFT projects. And then there's a ton of seasonal drops and airdrops that are happening this month. Tis the season of airdrops, you could say, out here. So a lot to talk about, guys. Tom, me and you got back from Miami this past weekend. We were down in Art Basel over at Red Dot Miami. Got a chance to meet some people in the CNFT community. TJ sat at home, just taking care of his kids. It was mom's birthday. It was a fun time, So anyway, Tom, we had a great time,
I'm glad you guys had fun. Yeah, I'm glad it was a great time. Glad you guys enjoyed yourselves.
You were definitely missed, TJ. Yeah.
Yeah. We brought Corey there to
You don't have to deal with Miami traffic. Silver lining.
Dude, I almost got in like 4 accidents going down there. It was crazy.
It's wild every time.
It was insane. But no, Tom. So yeah, we went down to Miami over at Art Basel. We had an invitation or got, through Discord through Jason Matias during the sit down. He basically extended that to everybody in his Discord, and we happened to take him up on that offer since we weren't too far from Miami. How was that, Tom? That was definitely an experience for sure.
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. It's definitely worth the traffic. I think our moms will be a little disappointed because we were just meeting like people that we met online. It's kind of like the number one rule growing up is don't meet up with strangers that you met online. But we at least sat down with Jason, so we had talked to him some, and it was really cool that he was able to get those passes hooked up since he was also an exhibit. He had an exhibit there at the Red Dot part of things, and it was a lot of fun though. It was a fun Saturday. We only got to go down there the day, but we saw a lot of cool stuff, and it was something different for us to do too. I mean, that's not something I've ever really got to go and do.
Well, one of the coolest things I noticed that you guys went to is the thing on the beach. Like, what was that exhibit you guys went to?
Oh, dude, you'll see that here in a sec here as the video's rolling if you're watching online right now. But dude, we had such a funny story about that, right? Like, we're wrapping up towards the back of the exhibit here after we had met up. Well, I guess just to kind of start the day out, we had got a chance to, as soon as we got there, me and Tom, we met up, and I was actually messaging Fettuccine back on, through Twitter. We were going back and forth, and I guess he had just gotten there with his girlfriend at the time as well. And so we meet up, we go to the bar, grab a drink, and then boom, first thing shows up is Fettuccine and his girlfriend. It was like a friend like you had like I had like known kind of. It was weird like how easy and comfortable it was. It's like, yo, what's up, dude? How you doing? Because we had done the thing with him. So he was super chill, and it was super easy to talk to him. And then we kind of caught up and walked over to see Jason because he hadn't even seen him yet. And then we got a chance to meet up with Jason Matias as well as his girlfriend Allie over there, and they were displaying you could definitely tell he was busy, and he was getting super locked into what he had going on over there, and his artwork was amazing looking, man. Like, Tom, I know we were kind of blown away seeing it in person versus what you see online.
It was, I mean, I told them this multiple times, but just also how they had it framed and the quality of it. Some of his stuff, it looked like you were looking at like a 70-inch plasma TV, and you were expecting it to like move. Like when you go to like Best Buy or something, and they have the backgrounds playing, like the nice wallpapers on the 4K TV, so it really shows off the picture. That's almost what it seemed like you were looking at on some of them. The quality was so high that I like that one, and then the one in the ice cave. Like I almost expected them. Like you almost expect that water to move when you see it in person. Like it's going to be a live picture because it looks so good.
It was like on the acrylic, right? Like he had it all nice and paint. Like it looked so clean and so crisp and clear. Like that image blown up into that size. Sometimes you feel like, at least on a digital world, like you lose a lot of the quality. Like there, like every detail was finely tuned. And his showcase, the cool thing about him was like he was the only photography booth pretty much inside that world over there, which is really cool and unique and made him stand out, I think. So it was so cool to get to see his stuff.
There was a couple people that had like some art that they incorporated like some actual photography into, but as far as just photography, like, because the other ones would be like montages or mashups, and they'd have like pictures of real people or something, like almost like a collage or something.
Yeah.
But for his was actually like photography, and seeing the size of it too was also awesome, just compared to what we're used to with NFTs, even the high quality ones. Like, I mean, you can see just in that one, that's sideways as tall as I am. Yeah, it was crazy how big some of them were. And he had a big space too, much bigger than, you know, even when I first saw the pictures on Twitter, I thought he had like a full room, and it was essentially a room. There was even some on the back wall that I didn't see at first, and him and Ali had to go and like, oh, there's more on the other side you got to check out too.
Yeah. No, they were they're definitely surprised by the size and scope of what he had. And I know when we first got over there, things, you know, we had a chance to kind of interact a little bit and get a chance to talk to him. And I think when we doubled back originally to go like say goodbye, like we looked over there and the thing was crowded. We couldn't even get a word, and we had to wait a little while just for everybody to kind of make their way around. So he definitely had a lot of traffic that way, and it was cool to get to meet up with him. And then even chat with Ali too. She was super helpful and friendly and talking with us. So
I think it's asked you guys when you guys got back, but was there like NFT booths and stuff there? Was there anything different like that as far as people showcasing their art in that aspect?
Dude, yeah, there was so much stuff over there. I noticed
some bored apes, right? There was a few people that had their bored apes and some of their art, but it wasn't really like a Bored Ape or Ethereum or NFT project.
There were like some NFTs that I did see in the back there. Like they had like their NFT project, like and the website and things, and they had their art displayed over there. And like Tom said, there was a guy who had a bored ape, and then they even had like the bored ape around as the frame of one of the pieces of art.
Cool.
So yeah, there was definitely NFTs over there. And I saw a stat, I think my dad had sent it over from like Coinbase, but like NFTs, we're taking over our Basel just in general, in the whole conference. We were down over at Red Dot Miami. That's where we spent our time. That you can see us showcasing and walking through right here. But yeah, there was definitely a ton of NFT artists out there. But there was really just some cool artwork. I'd never been through anything like this. It was totally unique to me and a different experience. And there were so many different types of art out there.
I remember that one picture. I think it was Martin Luther King. We had keys, like keyboard keys. Is that one of the pictures that you had?
Yeah. I'd have to go back while we're looking at that. So we didn't really originally, we saw it and we were like, oh, that's pretty cool looking. Like it was like, first off, I mean, the fact that the guy took old keyboards with different colored keys,
right,
and was able to make it into a photo, like that was amazing. So he did a picture of Martin Luther King on here.
That's impressive.
Come to like look at like the actual like the artwork already. I looked at, started reading about it. Turns out that the whole "I have a dream" speech was actually spelled out like with the keys in order. So it wasn't cool. Just the actual like picture. It was actually like spelled out his entire speech. You can kind of see it over as we pause right there. But yeah, so it was, I don't even know how to explain it, Tom. Like that was one of the coolest things I thought.
Yeah, I've seen like kind of pictures and stuff done like that before. It was kind of interesting to see them do it with the keyboard and like technology aspect. And then there was another picture like that. There was a star or something much simpler that I saw, and I was like, that's pretty neat. I like that. And you actually had already walked by this one, or like, just wait, we're about to go around the corner. Yeah. This one's awesome.
Yeah, to literally, TJ has this thing we're going here. It spells out the entire speech, writes it out in the keys that it was actually in. And the cooler thing that I found out is this guy, his name's Doug Powell. He's actually out of Oviedo, Florida, which is like right around the corner from us. So that is actually really cool.
Small world, wow.
Yeah, so it was dope to see all that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was just so cool to kind of see the culture and the different type of people over there, man. I swear to God, everybody was a celebrity out there. They were so dressed up and like had so much culture to them. It was super dope.
Did you guys bring me back a souvenir because I didn't get to go? Or
I bought you back a piece of sand. So
I was gonna say, yeah, I got a box
right from this straight from this exhibit.
I got enough over here.
So this is actually the exhibit right here that you were talking about, TJ. So this was actually Corey had shown me this on TikTok prior to us getting over there. And the crazy thing about this thing is that it was just like a viral sensation for like Corey and over there. And we're sitting there like looking at it. I'm like, where is that thing? She's like, I don't know. Let's just go drive over to the beach. And then Jason had mentioned to us as we were getting ready to leave and say goodbye, he's like, go check out like Artscope or something like that. So we were driving to go see that. And then midway, I just text Tom because we were like, we wanted to go see this thing. So I go, I'm like, well, where is it? I have no idea. I have no idea where we just going to drive to the beach and hope it's sitting out there. So we go through the TikTok comments and I'm looking at this Fana Hotel. And I'm like, fuck it, dude, Fana Hotel. Google redid it in. It took us 40 minutes to go over the bridge and be like, it was like a 7-mile ride. It took us 40 minutes to get over there in the most annoying traffic. Like parking was the worst thing in the world. Tom almost didn't even make it over there because he had to do a U-turn that cost him like 30 minutes almost.
I parked across the bridge and walked. Like I was leaving. I was already leaving. I was like, Tommy, I'm leaving. I couldn't find,
we were about ready to leave too.
Yeah, I was leaving already. And then I was like across the bridge and I was like, oh, there's a million garages over here. And I was 0.3 of a mile away. So I just parked in one of those for $1 and walked 0.3 like across the channel there and everything. It was actually kind of a nice, cool walk too. I enjoyed it so much better than driving in the traffic. That was a pain because you found this, you're like, yo, we found the address for that thing on the beach we saw on TikTok. We wanted to see it in person because I mean, it obviously looks crazy. And you sent me a pin, like where the address was. You sent me a pin on like Google Maps. I have an older POS iPhone with the native app on there for the maps. I was ready to fastball my phone out the window. I was getting so frustrated with it. It was so slow. I was getting so pissed.
It's the 3S, right?
Yeah, 3S.
I was sending him the Google Maps like drop pins. He's like, dude, I don't got that. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to tell you.
I got it because it's so much better.
Like, how do I drop a pin on Apple Maps?
My app wasn't even working though for the normal map. It was just like spinning and loading. I was getting so, and then I'm also trying not to like run into a Rolls Royce like next to me in traffic. It was just craziness.
Yeah, it was great. So we finally get over to we get Google Fana Hotel. We see this giant, amazing looking hotel, and there's a park. Faena, whatever you want to call it, Faena. Yeah. So there's a little like public parking thing right there. We walk right down to it and there's a ramp out to the beach, and sure as shit, this thing's just sitting there, like giant screen just on the beach, and there's all these people and they're like huddled around like a U, just like staring at this thing, some sitting down, some like standing behind it and taking videos. And it has like this relaxing, like calm and like ocean music and like just like calm, like chill music to it. And everybody's just like sitting in this thing in awe, just like watching it like move and generates like generative like artwork. It looks like 1,000 million different little particles just changing colors. It was like sand almost.
It almost, right? Yeah, I was gonna say those colored sand pours used to do as like a little kid when you'd fill up like a glass ball or something. I don't know if you guys ever did that like elementary school, and you'd like layer colored sand or something inside of
it had like a baseball team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that kind of
Coke
stuff.
Bottle.
Yeah,
exactly. So you can see like this is on the beach right here. And the
craziest, like 30 feet tall, probably 25 feet tall.
Oh, it was big video screen. So this is right behind the back of the hotel, right? And the craziest part that we were, even another fun story while we were out there, we're sitting there like down on the ground while we're waiting for Tom, because he's like, hey, I'm walking over there right now. Corey looks over and she's like, some guy in a Gucci tracksuit, and she's like, that guy's famous. And I'm like, well, what do you mean he's famous? She goes like, and she's like, I don't know what he is. He's in a band. I don't know who it is, but I know he's famous. And I'm like, well, all right, sounds good. And I just kept watching. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know who he is. He kind of ducks back a little bit as someone recognizes him, and some girls start taking pictures with him. And she turns around. He's like, he's in a band. I know him. And then he took like 2 pictures and then like just dipped back to the hotel because people are starting to recognize him. And the girls walked over and Corey's like, who is that? She goes, that's Jared Leto. And I was like,
oh wow, that's wild.
And I was like, Jared Leto, you mean the Joker? And she's like, no, he was a singer. Like, oh, she's like, yes, that's who it was. He was in 30 Seconds to Mars, like the lead singer. And I was like, I knew him as the Joker, like the Suicide Squad. Like,
it makes sense. He's in the Gucci tracksuit too, because he's literally in the new House
Louis Vuitton movie, right?
Yeah, the new Louis Vuitton movie.
Louis.
No, but yeah, he plays one of the Gucci family members in that.
Dude, so yes, he was literally, I could almost like reach out and like touch him. He was like that close. He just randomly just walked up to the crowd, and everybody's just watching this giant screen move, and it was a crazy experience. And Tom finally got over there, and they had some even crazier things, just like this giant gold mastodon sitting in the back of the hotel. So it was definitely fun to be part of like down here in this in Miami.
Meet some of them in person too. Like actually, we talked to Fettuccine, we talked to Jason, but like it was cool to shake their hand, say hello, and actually meet them in person. Yeah,
it's a lot different. Like it was cool because we kind of had the icebreaker, right, of like actually getting to do the sit down. So it was actually wild that we got to see 2 of the 3 sit down people like that. We were like in one spot at the same time. So that was kind of cool. But I wish we would have done it better the last time, because me and Corey actually drove back that night. Got home at like 12:30 a.m. And Tom, I know you had stayed out there, but then next time I would definitely make sure I would stay, and I would obviously hit those guys up. Because even Allie was like, yeah, we got a pool, like a Airbnb that we're renting out. Like you guys to come chill afterwards. We usually got a group that's like does stuff after after we get done with
Oh,
this.
that's cool.
Next
So
year.
it was like, yeah, next year we'll for sure make sure we do this, and hopefully we'll be in Vegas before all this stuff goes down next year.
Yes.
But it was a dope time. We had a good time over at Art Basel down there. So
that was a great experience.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, something different for sure. Because I've done, you know, like the Tampa art festivals, like outdoors, but that was on a totally different scale. I mean, that was the entire city.
Yeah. So it was a good time, and we had a lot of fun. But yeah, dude. So big transition over here is Cardano. I heard it's a ghost chain, right, guys?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you guys hear
yeah.
there's nothing over
There's
here
nothing
on,
there.
on this thing. The market's down. They're not building anything on it. There's no utility.
Haters.
You know, well, guys, I guess randomly through YouTube and through just the power of organic growth, Freedom 35ers are, I guess, we're part of the ghost chain now, huh?
Love it.
Dude,
Absolutely love it.
Ah, man. So I feel like we got adopted by a community this past week. Like we've been like just welcomed in over here. It has been the craziest couple days with them.
Yeah, I've never seen like necessarily a unwelcoming community, or at least that I've experienced. I know some people can be a little hostile sometimes, and some of them are closed off. But this is to be welcomed in like this has been crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
well, one, I don't remember how
yeah.
you discovered it. They were, you know, kind of just discussing it because you had mentioned their project last week, just because you had seen that it had been minting and that it started kind of blowing up on its own, and we had never actually heard of it. And then through that, they found us somehow, and
we had actually discussed last week on the podcast. That was the whole point of this, is that I had mentioned to you guys, and I know you guys had not heard of it at all. I kind of just threw that topic at you guys because it was something that I was aware of and wanted to discuss. And then somebody in their Discord was searching Ghostchain CNFT on YouTube and happened to stumble across our tag on there and see our video. And I guess had posted it in their Discord and was like, "Hey guys, somebody asked, did you see that somebody did a podcast on our thing?" And I'm just reading through the comments, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're Freedom 35ers." Like somebody recognized us, and then they're like, "Oh, somebody should reach out to them." And one of the community members actually had DM'd me and was like, who I know through the Cardano Trees Discord. And they were like, "Yo, hey, they're talking about you guys inside this Discord. You know, would you guys want to go jump in and maybe go say hi and get connected?" So I did. I jumped in, and
I didn't know that. Who was that? I didn't realize that.
I think it was Leah from.
Oh, Leah, that's right.
Yeah,
I just knew that.
Trees.
I just knew that they. I didn't know they were in the trees. Though I didn't know you had that connection too. I just thought they were part of Ghost Chains and kind of reached out to you through that. That's cool too. I didn't.
Yeah. So I think I just happened. The only reason I recognize because I've seen them in the Discord, obviously multiple times. So I brushes out, and then all of a sudden this guy Slicknicks 22, he hits us up and he's like, "Hey guy," I guess he's like one of the whales of this group, and he's like, "Hey guys, just wanted to introduce you to the project and get you introduced to the community." And he's like, "Look, you know, if you guys are open to it," because I'd love to get you guys into the project and gift you guys over a ghost over here. And I was like, first off, I know when I sent messages to us, we were just like, someone wants to give us something?
Yeah.
I was like, that's so weird to me. I've never, I don't even know how to react to something like that.
Yeah, we had no expectations for anything like that. We were just kind of talking about it because you saw and liked it, and then it's cool to be brought in like that too.
Yeah, and
especially during Christmas time.
Yeah, 100%. He's just like, "Hey guys, me and him started going back and forth a little bit, and learned he was a physician with four kids. Like he's like, really, but he's involved so much in this project." And I was like, "Well, why are you really, why? Like, what is why is there? The utility is his big thing over here." So obviously we had talked about it last week, but like just looking at the ghost chains themselves. So they got their own gallery, right? Like they have 10,000 of these things, the ghost chains. I found out that they had actually had a pre-sale back like in early October. And then they had their main sale, I think on like October 28th. So they had 1,000 sell in the pre-sale, and then the other 9,000 sold out after that. And they kind of did a tiered approach where it started at like 35 ADA, and then every 1,000 sold it, right, raised up 10 ADA until it hit like, I think it was 35 or like 50 ADA or something like that. And then shot all the way to 10,000. They sold out, which is really rare, I think, in this time and age, unless you have a lot of hype behind you. So the fact that they didn't have like a super, like they kind of came out of nowhere a little bit, at least for me, on my radar. I didn't really see too much about them. I did see them on one CNFT, but I didn't really. It was right around that Halloween time too, so I kind of chalked it up without doing research as to another Halloween project almost. Right. Ghost. And then here we are. They sold out, and I dude, it reminds me of Dead Pixels, man. Like when I was in Dead Pixels early, lucky enough to be fortunate and know what was going on there, but I did not read the white paper on this. I had no idea about the background. And dude, there's a lot of utility on these things. Come to find out,
they got an ambitious project. There's a lot of cool things that they're working on, and not just for people that hold Ghost, but also trying to bring to CNFTs like as a whole. Like they're actually trying to just enhance the entire space and bring it together.
Well, besides that, so they have two kind of things going on, right? So they have the freeroam.io, like that is their marketplace that they're looking to bring in together, right? They have the one, they want to kind of unite everybody into one marketplace right here, and they're going to be bringing in only the best verified projects. They're going to really be vetting in, I guess, projects. They're not just going to be letting anybody in here just to kind of crowd the thing. And they want to make sure that there's legit like projects that are here for the space, right? And anybody's open to submit an application, and they're still in the process of building out their marketplace. But the big thing is they released this Ghostchain CNFT, and that collection of 10,000 pretty much is like you are part of their community. You are part of their, basically like you're seeing right here is if you own Ghostchain CNFT, you get 0.01% net profit from the marketplace. So
that's amazing.
It is you're getting net profit from actually owning these things. It's like you're like you said, not like I know there's legality reasons, and apparently they have a legal team behind them that are making sure that it gets done the right way. That's the good thing. So they're not over here just kind of it's doing some shit, hey, promising you royalties, promising you dividends, and then and then you got to worry about, well, what does that mean for me? So they have a team behind it right now that are making sure all this stuff is done the correct way. But yeah,
also, I mean, seeing this, like that's something that you'll see a lot of projects, I think, say or promise, or even if it is their true plan, but it's easy to say that. To see that they already have these things in place and they're working on them and making progress with them is not only ambitious, but it also is encouraging. Like it's actually on the verge of happening here. And I think because there's 10,000, I know they mentioned specifically on their paper that it's only going to be 10,000. They're not doing any other drops for ghost chains. They're not doing like derivatives or doing anything. Yeah, exactly. They're not doing anything to dilute the original 10,000 or oversaturate or anything like that. They just want it to be those 10,000. If you're in, that's cool. And then they're going to continue on with other projects and other things like that in their market that won't be like the other projects aren't going to be ghost chain. But these 10,000 are the 10,000. And
they really are cool. Like I'm just so upset I didn't know like about this minting on their mint day. I would have bought a few of these things, dude, man. I mean, I really like them.
If you were in early, I guess even in the early whitelist portion of this, like they were a 2025 ADA at that point too.
That's what I'm saying. I would have bought a few of them for sure.
But that Snorlax one that you were just showing. I mean, I like how they kind of just did all the, some of my favorite games and movies and characters.
Well, the legendary ones are the ones that like they're all in the oranges, right? I know they have different rarities. I guess gray is like the common, green's the uncommon, blue is the rare, and then they have the epics and then the legendary. And then so the cool thing about them, and I'm learning more and more because I was in their Discord today. If you see here, like you flip over the back thing, so there's actually some cool features to these things. I think I have mine up here as an example, right? So I flip mine over, and you see that obviously the percentage attributes of the different things, but there's actually more to it than just that. Like if you go into the actual metadata of these things, you see here, there's actually a DNA sample.
I was curious what that was for.
They explained it some more to you in the Discord today. I still don't quite get it. So maybe I think you got some more explanation.
So I was reading into it, and it has something to do, like it ties to the unique. So there's something called a soul token, and that all DNA, all these ghosts had a soul. They kind of describe it as like, in real life, like you have a soul. And once that soul like splits, it goes into the chain, the ghost chain over here, essentially is what they're doing. So some of these souls have been split into multiple, have the same have been split up basically. So there's another, the more common ones that you see, the DNA, there's multiple ghosts out there with the same DNA strips. And basically that one soul has been split between multiple different ghost chains over there. So the rare ones, they have, they're more unique in regards to their DNA. And I'm assuming some of them probably don't have, and there's no other, so there's
no pairs. It's just a one-on-one.
It's the
DNA.
only one soul.
Yeah.
So they're actually doing something this month. I was reading a little bit about it. Is they're doing a soul token airdrop for holders. So the rarer your ghost over there, the rare the DNA, you have a higher chance of getting like a full like soul token. And then those soul tokens are going to be used. They haven't really described the full background of it, but those, I guess they're going to be used to go in their marketplace going forward, and then in some other events and other things and part of their metaverse and what they got going on. So there's like further utility that they're not really showing you the full cards on yet, but right now, I guess the soul token is their first airdrop event for their holders, and it has to tie in with that DNA, which is still kind of mysterious in regards to that, because there's a lot of them. If you collect all the ones that have the same DNA, are you able to fuse and get your own? I was going to say
you can match, right? If you have commons, like there will be 3 that have like the same DNA that are common, and you can match those 3 up and have all like the full DNA.
It doesn't necessarily even be. I don't even know if it's a common to common. It could be like
matching DNA.
So
even when I was in Discord, they were talking about someone bought 2 and they were like, oh, very nice, you got the matching DNA. And I was like, sure.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. But I guess some guy was telling me, I was like, if I'm targeting right now, he goes, there's 1 of 2 options for these things. If you're looking to get into Ghostchain right now, like you missed the drop like us, like we had no idea what's going on. Like buying 1 is enough to be in there. Okay, you're going to get future profit from this marketplace should it be successful, right? Like, they make money and it's net profit too. Like, right. So after all their expenses and everything's been paid for, then whatever that profit margin is from there. And I think they pay it out every quarter. They do their snapshot. So you'll be getting those profits then. But eventually, I guess I don't know how they're going to go about doing it, but for me, I don't know, man. It's such a weird concept.
It's creative. I like it. It's something new though. It's cool, like for something for the metadata that we're seeing.
We also mentioned the metaverse too. They had like the Ada Ghost Hunt coming up as well when they had the metaverse.
There's the Ada
1-of-1 edition Black Ghost.
They have that, and then they have the Black Ghost. That was the one thing inside the white paper that I really did like as well. So yeah, there's all these different ones, and I forget how many the legendaries there are, about 199 I think of them that are like the the Pikachus, the Lynx, the all the different Buzz Lightyear, whatever all those different ones are.
Woody,
I think I saw a Predator one just sold for like 2,200 ADA or something like that. That's insane.
All-time high, I think that was.
I mean, I really like my Heisenberg head, and he's just a common. I love that guy.
I was gonna say, Tommy, you were sharing the picture of all 3 of us, and I mean, I don't know how Slick Nick sneaked it in there, but he gave you the one with the Heisenberg hat on, which you didn't. I mean, he kind of asked like kind of the stuff we liked. I said I like movies and shows. You said you like playing some PC games. But you're a huge Breaking Bad fan. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Aeonauts you got because you wanted the Heisenberg Aeonaut. He happened to give you the ghost with the Heisenberg hat. That blew my mind. My guy, I mean, I got a gummy worm. I literally have some sour gummy worms in my freezer right now. And sidebar, if you guys never put gummy worms in the fridge or freezer, you can thank me later. It's fantastic. But I'm huge on my ghost. And then Tommy, I like your
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I like your guys' little hat and the suit a lot. That was the first one we saw. So he did a great job picking those out.
No, Slick Nicks did a great job, man. That guy's been awesome, man. He was like I said, that community is just like with open arms, like, hey guys, like welcome you in. Like you guys, like they're all about organic growth as well, because you don't see them like promoting all over the place either. But I guarantee you post something about ghost chains out there and you're gonna get like 20-30 retweets out there, because these guys are like, they roll with it as like a community. It reminds me of like kind of, how like the goat tribe is, like you just see one goat and you see all the goats just like pop up. It's kind of like that. Like, and I just think that people are, they're sleeping on this right now, and like we were too, because you just have no idea about, I didn't know like what was behind it. But more reading that white paper itself, man, like that has me excited. That's something different.
Absolutely.
If you marketed it as, hey guys, we have a project right now, there's 10,000 of them. We're developing this marketplace right now that whatever the profits of this stuff are at the end of each quarter, the proportionate amount of ghosts that you hold of the 10,000, you're going to get paid, profits off of this stuff. Like you are directly being paid to hold on to this.
Like essentially we're getting royalties too for owning their part of their project like that.
It's almost like you're a part owner, of the actual marketplace itself, and for upcoming things that they have going on too, is what they said. So if there's a sell for like new people looking to get into this stuff, like I was trying to double back on when I lost my train of thought, was if you're looking to get in here, that I asked them what should I do if I'm looking to buy a ghost chain? And they go, well, are you going for volume? If you're looking to get, if it doesn't matter what rarity you're going for, stack up on all the commons you can, so you have as many as you can and go for the profits part of it. Or you go for the rare DNA type traits that look for unique DNA sequences, And because again, they haven't really fully explained that stuff. But again, according to the airdrop and things like that, you're going to get rare. You got a better chance of getting more of the full souls. And again, those souls are going to be used for future stuff inside the marketplace. And again, they are developing their own Ghostchain metaverse. They're having this gallery where you're going to be able to actually physically walk around and go see all the ghosts and things like that. So they're very ambitious for what they're doing. And I know a lot of projects say that, but I think that, you know, the whole marketplace thing is what's got me really excited for that. Just because, can you imagine, like, say CNFT, let's take CNFT.io, right? CNFT.io, hey, I don't know how much ADA volume they're doing right now, but can you imagine at the end of each quarter, if like I own only 10,000 of us got some net profits off of CNFT.io right now, like off their sales?
No, yeah, it's a great idea, and especially seeing the market already open, it's exciting because it's actively in progress. You know, it's not
and they're hitting I guess they're hitting on the roadmap too for what they're you know, going for right now. Again, I love some of these, dude. They like, their artwork is awesome, man. Yeah. Like, I love that right now. Like they
like the wizard.
Dude, the wizard is dope.
That was dope. I
and
like
a little, that. You know, the beef
Guy Fox mask. Yeah.
Ghostbuster.
So, like sitting right here. So October, their pre-sale, they've hit that part of their roadmap. Their community marketplace, which they're in the profits right now, and 100% net profit share to Ghostchain holders. And then hopefully they're doing airdrops and a new NFT experience, which they're talking about with that soul token. And then going into that, they're going to have an Interaxle, I guess in January of next year, a viewing gallery that's interactive inside the virtual world. And then they're going all kinds of different, I guess, business ventures outside of just the marketplace too. It sounds like they're looking to become something big here. It's not just a NFT project. Here's some like pixelated art. I hope you enjoy it kind of thing, and we'll release some more down the road. No, here's what we had. It was kind of like you're buying, right? We started out with the token to say, here you go. Here's what we're doing. You guys got you a little bit hooked, but now we're going to introduce our marketplace and stuff. But thank you for being early.
I've been happily surprised because the other night when we first jumped in, when we just, you know, you had mentioned them last week, but we jumped in the Discord this week and I started reading their actual white paper. And I read about the market. It said, we'd like to get you, you know, the market up, and at least the website up in end of November. So you guys can get a preview of it and see it as we start rolling it out. And as I was reading that, I'm like, it's already December. Where is this? And then I actually saw, oh, it's actually here. Like, this is a real thing. It's not just, I thought they, you know, I'd already missed that. There's so much they've already developed. And it's like, how have I not heard this or seen this everywhere already?
Yeah, it's actually, they're hitting. That's the one thing you write when you look at projects is like, they promise you all this stuff once the sale happens, and then the sale happens, and then it just kind of goes, well, now what? When are we getting the next thing? And it's like, well, we said we had this on the roadmap, but it's getting put. No, these guys, so far so good. Like, they're hitting their checkpoints, and I'm sure that, you know, they've been pretty transparent about what they got going on. And they don't seem like a huge team right now. Like, it seems like they're very focused on the development on the back end stuff, and they, you know, their community is kind of like the marketing engine for these guys. It seems like
it's one of those things that, like, you haven't heard a word or something, and then you start hearing it all the time once you learn it, or something like that, or something you've never seen before.
Oh yeah,
you learn about it and then you just see it everywhere. Even today, before we got on, I saw someone ask, hey, I just got so much ADA, what project should I get in? And the thread was blown up by 3 projects. Like you said, goats, they were all in there by goats. The other one was dirt birds. All the dirt birds were in there saying, get in dirt birds. And then everyone from Ghostchains was just like,
just
hey, check out Ghostchains. Yeah, just like one after the other, just 4 or 5 in a row, just Ghostchain, derp, Ghostchain. Yeah, go, like, it was just the entire thread was those 3 projects pretty much. And that's, we've talked about the other communities before. So
it's just crazy to see, like, they have only 2.6 thousand followers, and like the white paper they have is just crazy to me. They don't have more followers, more people trying to buy in. It's just insane to me, because what they're offering is
and they
fantastic.
Sold out too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They sold out also.
It's
like
amazing.
10,000, that blows my mind. You know, you see
very impressive.
One, you can just see too the strength of having a real community. You know,
right?
Obviously, some of them are bots and stuff, but you see those not for them, but you see other projects, they have 10,000, 12,000, 17,000, and they also always promote that, oh, we're the fastest growing Twitter space or Discord in crypto before CNFTs. We got 20,000 followers in a week. And then some of them are clearly bots, but other times that they just don't sell out even. Like, okay, where are all those? The drop comes up, here comes drop day, you go in the Discord, they have 20,000 people in the Discord, only 800 are online for the drop. It's like, where are all these people? You go in the Ghostchain Discord, I mean, I can't even keep up. I have it open and working, and it's nonstop all day long.
Oh, dude, their community is super big, and I'm just scrolling through their Twitter right now, just as we're looking at this stuff. And I don't know what the joke is. There's some that like their Discord is fun over there, but some dude over there just keeps talking about big peen. I don't know what that means. It's like, you guys will understand once you start.
Too. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what that means, dude, but I mean, I get it. I haven't heard the word peen since I was like in high school or something like that. Like, I don't know what that is about, but
people were asking that in Discord. Definitely people have been seeing that thing, because when I was in the Discord today, people were like, what is all of this that I'm seeing on Twitter about peen? And people
What's
are like,
this peen
just don't know.
Dude, just fucking pig. I don't know what it is. I see eggplant emojis and sure, dude. No, whatever. I'm sure we'll learn about that shit. So, but Ghostchain, yeah, like you said, they're not a super huge following yet, but again, for what they've done so far inside the community,
but the followers they do have though are loyal and active.
Dude, that's that organic growth that we talk about though. Like, what that. Yeah, if you can build a project on people who actually support you, and it isn't just there for that flipper mentality, and once those guys are done and make, a few weeks are out, that's why you do see all the floors drop on some of these projects. They do really well, and then everything just goes down because the flippers have lost interest and they're on to the next project. But like, this reminds me a little bit too of like how race group is too. It's just like, you have those base supporters there that are always there kicking for you guys. And they show up in big force on Twitter. Like you said, I tweeted about it after that first night. Got 60 likes off that stuff.
Which is a lot for us. Yeah, that's
your boy's got like 420 followers, man. I'm over here just ripping like 25% of my Twitter followers liking my stuff. Like,
you only have 420
I'll take those ratios, baby.
That's almost those likes you have was almost as many followers I have. I have 76.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
420, babe, blaze it up. Let's go.
22 retweets, but that even like the Predator one, it just sold, and it hit their all-time high, and the guy was in the Discord and just said like, yeah, I got a great deal on this, and you can't blame someone for passing up 22,000 or 2,200 ADA. How much was it?
Yeah, 2,200.
Yeah, 2,200 ADA. Like, that's a great sale. But if you look like even on the marketplace or CNFT tools, and you sort by the rarity, you can see almost all of like the very rare ones. Yeah, those guys aren't selling. I think they don't even, they call it granite hands, they've been saying, or ghost hands.
Ghost hands.
Yeah, they're not selling. Like, even the ones that are listed are almost just listed kind of for shits and gigs. They're like 200,000 ADA. Like, sure, if you want to buy it for 200,000 ADA, I would part for that. But otherwise, I'm not selling these. I'm holding these. Like, most of them are just listed, not listed at all for sale.
Right. I mean, that's good. That's right. You got
so their community wants them. They're not here to just hey, we got it cheap and now I can make a little bit of profit in a couple of weeks. Like, these guys are, no, I'm here for the long term.
They're not flipping. So I like that, because it adds mystery to what they're doing too, right? With the DNA, with the soul token, because again, the people who hold the rare ones possibly have a better chance of getting what the unknown is yet. So I like a little bit of the mystery to it. And I like the fact, I know we just talked about, mainly there is a one of one like black ghost out there named Ada. Her name's Ada, I guess is what it said inside the thing.
Find her.
And they're going to do games and like treasure hunts and different things. It kind of reminds me a little bit about like aeoniumsky stuff that he does as well, and how you can actually eventually find your way to get here. And if you do, you will actually be able to mint the one of one black. And on top of that, they're going to give you 1,000 ADA prize, which is pretty dope.
That's wild, because I mean, if someone finds that, yeah, that's great. But imagine how much, I wouldn't sell it, but how much that thing would be worth, like if you found that one of one.
Yeah, I'm sure as the community grows too, right? Like, if the legendaries aren't selling right now, could you imagine having the one of one out of 10,000?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, dude, I don't know what do you do in that situation? It's like,
you would listen for that joke price and just like spam 9 and just let it stop. And then
420.69. No, I know. So Ghostchain, man, like, I'm super happy that I feel like we got adopted almost like by these guys over here. Like, I love it. It's been so much fun. I've had a great time so far interacting with their community. And it'll be fun to see where these guys go and what this airdrop is. And I'm excited to learn more about them. And I'm just trying to figure out what I need to sell to get a few more of these things. That's where I'm at.
My car.
Yeah, you
want that PYHU one or that Snorlax.
I got a Pavia estate. I got the Pavia estate. Let's dump that.
Not bad.
No. So big shout out to Ghostchain. Big shout out to
Slick Nick again too, for sure. Getting that for us.
Yeah, dude, thankful also for Leah for reaching out as well. Getting us involved with the community. And I even saw some of them in the Discord today. We're even chatting. They were like, hey, if you ever want a community focus or an event like that, even 5 minutes just to jump on a call and explain a little bit more, any more questions that you guys have, you guys want to throw it up on there or just even introduce that in us. I'm like, And I wouldn't mind thinking about an introductory. Can you imagine doing like community spotlights, doing like 5-10 minute videos or something like that too, with these like big community members that you see that are that aren't official a part of that project, but they are like kind of on Twitter, like represent, you know, the voice of the community over there.
Right.
Like that would be fun to kind of talk to. So I don't know, it's something to think about, but
Sure.
you know,
It's been fun getting involved with them. And I mean, it's I know it's wild for the three of us. We've talked about it privately that we're just happy, you know, some people seem to be genuinely enjoying our chats and are hanging out and talking about this stuff. So it's cool to see that. And it's fun on both sides. And it just kind of, you know, keeps us motivated to keep going. That, like we said, we'd be doing this either way, whether or not anyone was listening, but if people enjoy it, I guess we'll keep recording it. So it's fun to do.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. And again, I love that they're a play on words of like the ghost chain, like Cardano's ghost chain. Well, can you imagine if this thing takes off the way that they're hoping that it does, and then it's the complete out, you know, the irony in it.
Which took me way too long to get at first, right? I think so.
Yeah, hey, it's okay, dude. So
but it is clever. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so if you want to go check them or you haven't checked them out, go on Twitter, man, at NFT Ghost Chain, or go check out their Discord. It's a lot of fun. Apparently you'll learn a little bit about some big peen in there somewhere too.
Still trying to learn.
So make sure safe search is on.
Yeah, you never know. But speaking of, you know, that pixelated art, I mean, we can't mention that without talking about our Wraith, our boy Wraith, and what he's got going on over there for the Wraiths CNFT.
Quack. Hockey team, baby.
That'd be great.
I've never been like a big hockey fan myself, but dude, I don't even get like whether you are or not, he's got these hockey teams that are starting to develop. It was based out of a fun community idea that he had of any race that held the hockey sticks in there. You could have 3 of them and submit your team name with like the city and the colors and all these different things. And Wraith personally is creating these right now, like hand customizing these things for each of the people who are doing that in the community and minting them out and giving them like these like sick little like spotlights right now. Like you're over here looking awesome. At the Denver Caps. This is the one we're looking at right now. And I want to say, is this Bearded Joe's? Over here.
Yeah. Yep.
So Bearded Joe, another big community member for Wraith, and Dead Pixels. They show
the holographic effect on that picture you have up there, Tommy. Like that looks like that hollow foil or something. It looks sick, like where it's animated, but it's not. Just like that, like the shiny foil effect. That's so cool. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, look at this. He literally customized. He's got the Denver. He's got the colors in there. He's got the animations going on. Like. I don't know what's going to happen. This is like the first hockey, like CNFT hockey league is like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just gonna be like fantasy hockey where my team goes squares up somehow against another team. And, you know, we'll see what happens over here. I don't know.
Now I want to ask Wraith, because I mean, that kind of just grew organically. Like, hey, some guys have hockeys and some guys are like, I have 3 guys, I'll make a team. I'm curious he must be a hockey fan, I assume, because I haven't seen, there's no basketball or baseball guys or anything like that. So it's got to just be that he just enjoyed hockey. So decided to do some with the, of course, the old Goldie mask. So they have like the Jason mask for the hockey, but then just having the hockey sticks in general. And then from there, just kind of kids were like, hey, I'm going to make a team. I got a couple of these because like that's another one. Most Wraith holders, it seems like, have not only one or not only 2 or 3, but like 10 or 20 or 40.
Dude. I got like 30 of those things.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
So you could do like playoff hockey and just do like a random roll, and whoever wins the roll wins the game, and you just go on and on to get to the final game. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I want to see some like NBA jams. You know, I'd have like 2v2. I want to see some 3v3 like hockey Wraith game. That'd be great. Like a little NES pixel hockey game. I don't know anything about game coding, but you know, that'd be sweet.
I love the fact that it was a community idea there, right? Like this Wraiths community, like we've talked about Wraith since the beginning over here on this podcast because we got introduced to him, and he's been as dope as you could be, or, you know, to us, and been so, you know, we've been so appreciative for him. He actually reached out, since we're sitting over here talking about it, he reached out to us. He's like, I forgot to put a team in. Like, I didn't think about it. I was meant to go buy. We've been talking about the secondary and stuff like that. And I only had one hockey stick guy. So I was been meeting to buy off the secondary. I just got caught up busy and missed the registration period. And I think I commented on one of his posts and I was like, dude, I missed out. I wish I would have got one. And Wraith being the way he is, he's like, don't worry, guys. I got the F-35 team. He goes, you gave us a community mom. He goes, I can give you a team. Like dude, so nice, man. Like the community for them is amazing. And big shout out to Havocs over there for hooking us up. So he went ahead and posted us today. He goes, F-35er squads are getting ready to bruise. They don't even need a city. We're ungovernable. And I kind of responded back, that's what freedom's all about, because he had asked me, he goes, hey, what's your team and what's your city going to be and what's your team name? I'm like, well, I can't do like, like what the Florida Freedom 35ers, like, it doesn't sound good. I was like, can we just do Freedom 35ers and drop the city over there? He's like, yeah, dude, sure, whatever. And so that's
there's no rules.
Yeah, we're freedom over here. We can do what we want.
The Wraith community, I mean, before Ghostchain, that's the, really, like you said, we kind of felt adopted. Wraith was the same way.
Oh, he took us in. He was the first big community that really got us
what
going.
I like about both of them is that they're so active and more tight knit. Like, since it's not 12,000 people and 60% of them are there just to flip and make money off of it immediately. They're there because of the community and they actually enjoy engaging with the other people and are making friends in the Discord that now they talk to every day. It's not intimidating to kind of jump in and talk to them, because it's not a crazy amount of people talking at once. You can actually get in and start talking and kind of get to know people. And that makes it a lot more fun, as opposed to jumping in one where there's so many people that everyone's just talking, especially ones where they're just spamming floor prices and everyone raise their price, delist. And it's like, that gets so tired to see that, where these guys are all just joking and sending memes and talking about peens and stuff like that. It's so much more of a fun time then.
Oh yeah. And I mean, Wraith and all these guys, again, it's I think he didn't have too many mints over there. I know it was like 20, just over 2,000 or something for him. And they again, it was like, we were talking about Go Tribe, where they kind of took a little bit of time. He didn't sell out right away. They had a really successful pre-sale, and then sales kind of went, but every day, they just held strong. They didn't do a burn on their mint or anything like that. And eventually it sold out, and it's all ran by their community right now. So I love jumping in there every morning. Everybody jumps in there and says good morning, and they always post the pictures of the guys with the little coffee. And all coffee guys. Yeah, it's just good morning over there, and everybody just drop those in with the little coffee cup race. And he's got some things in the work right now. They're doing some things I don't know anything about too much. I've seen this happy group show that's being inspired by Uber Boring Man, and Wraith has a something going on with them, which he hasn't really fully announced, but he's been showing some previews. So I'm excited to see what that is. And then also today too, just to shout out, I all of a sudden looked over there and dude, holiday Wraith over here right now, holiday 2021. So dude, I didn't realize, like, the pixelated art, so it always seems so simple. Dude, you just look at this and it looks, the detail he's put into these little things. I love it. Like, I don't know, like, it's so simple every time I see him, but I'm such a big fan.
But detail.
I don't know if you see it though. It says Wraith in the top of the Santa hat. I just noticed that now until you blew it up. I didn't see it at first. You blew it up, and now I see it says Wraith. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be such simple, like, basic pixel art. Like, I don't know what pixels amount it is, 32-bit or 16-bit or whatever. I don't know that shit, but it's still so detailed, and the amount of, like, it's not even the details, the creativity. It's similar to the Ghostchain. Reminds me of like how creative, like, even just how much or detail they could get into, like, where you can recognize the Pikachus and some of the other ones that are a little more difficult to recognize normally, but you can see exactly what it is right away when you see it. And these, I like the color schemes. These the ghosts and the Wraiths fit perfectly with.
He's got his little Wraith sweater on there, the candy corn, the little mistletoe, and he's got his signature. I love that it's holiday 2021. I hope we're sitting here a year from now just going the 2020. You remember they used back in the day, like little NFT ornaments. If I could get this thing on my Cardano tree as an add-on, how sick would that be, right? Like make a Cardano tree, like Christmas tree.
I think one of these on my real tree.
Right? Yeah, for sure. If you can do like, if we can get a physical one, Wraith, where you at, man? I know you're halfway across the world.
Probably pretty easy, but
yeah.
Like an NFT digital ornament, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that's dope. So I just wanted to quick shout him out over there, because again, he's been awesome to us. But on top of that, the community, what he's doing right now, like another so slept on project to me that, if people are looking for all the next big thing, like, dude, get over here. Race floor isn't too high right now. I think they're sitting like in that like 18, 20, somewhere around there. It's easy to grab, one of those guys over there. So
the hockey guys, right there. They're like 25, 30. I was looking the other day.
Yeah. Go grab one of those. I mean, I think some are even lower than that, which is just, like, bro, like go grab these things, man. If there's anybody listening out here who hasn't have a Wraith, go check them out.
Or just jump in the Discord. It's a good time. I mean, they're always in there. Yeah. They're always active.
They're chill. So, but yeah, speaking of, drop structures and holidays and things like that coming up, I know you guys haven't really, we were just talking about this beforehand, but I've been active in the Discord with Yummi Universe, and their holiday drop sparked a lot of, we've been talking about it. We kind of teased it in here, the burn method of the holiday, instead of making another 10,000 holiday Narus and diluting the pool for the holiday ones. And they were going to do a burn feature. It was the community idea that was brought up. And then this past few days, or yesterday, they actually put an actual vote out for it. And if we're over here looking inside their Discord, they basically gave you two options. And there was like the fire versus obviously one was way over winning, but basically the difference of the two were, on the fire one, they said you had one 10K Naru of your 10,000 yummies. And out of that 10, if you own one of the original 10K and you had 5 of the spoopies, you were able to burn 5 spoopies and mint 5 winner Narus. And each one would cost 25 ADA. So all I needed to get into the burn would be just one 10K. So I could get in with one, have my 5 spoopies, trade out my 5 and send 125 ADA with it for 25 each. And then I would get back 5 winner Narus. That was the first option that they had to go ahead and do. The second option they had to do was you had to basically 1-to-1 your 10K Naru. So if I have one 10K Naru and 5 spoopies, I can only burn 1 spoopy and get back 1 winner Naru because of my 10K. So if I own 5 10K OG ones and then I have 5 spoopies, then I can burn all 5 and do it out. But so it's proportionate to the 10K one, and it's tied to the OG original collection, not the spoopies. So what are your guys' thoughts hearing that? Where do you guys sit on that debate?
I mean, I like it. It's different, right? I mean, it really is do you want a spoopy or do you want a new winner one? It makes you have to decide. I mean, I'm not giving up my main guy, the Naru. I'm not doing that. But I like that they don't want to keep their numbers high. They don't want to have like 30,000 yummies out there, right? They want to make sure the number is low, so there's more value to it. I understand what they're doing. Now you really just got to decide: do you want a spoopy or do you want a holiday one? I mean, I think it's kind of. I mean,
if you explaining though, the big thing, obviously, there's a majority vote over here for one side of this. But if you had to pick which one of those two options, do you like only having to have one 10K one plus whatever the amount of spoopies you want to burn, versus if you had the 1-to-1? So if you own one but own 5 spoopies, you can only burn 1. How do you guys feel about that option? Which one do you like better?
What did you say? If you have
the option 1, the one that didn't win right now over here, was that if you had one 10K Naru and you had 5 spoopies, you could burn you could burn 5 of your spoopies. Basically the 1-to-1 then. No, it wasn't.
No, that was 5-to-5. That would be 5-to-5.
That was 5-to-5. Your 10K was your buy-in. Your 10K was the buy-in to be able to burn. Then you could take as many spoopies as you had plus 25 ADA and burn those.
So if you had 10 spoopies, you could get 10 of them
plus 25 plus
25
250 ADA. Yeah. So, but option 2 was you had to do 1-to-1. So if I had 5 spoopies,
the second option is tied to the original 10K. The first option you just needed the first one you just needed to have a 10K Naru to get in the door. That's it. But after that, it was tied directly to how many spoopies you had. So then you just burn your spoopy. This one, it doesn't matter how many spoopies you have. It's tied directly to the original 10K. So if you only have one 10K Naru, you could have 30 spoopies, but you're only getting one Christmas one for your one 10K. You can only burn one at a time.
I like the other option where it's like whatever one you choose, the spoopy or the one or the Naru, whatever one you want to burn, essentially. It's your choice, I feel like.
No, both of those you have that choice. Both of those you have that choice.
What I'm saying is the second one though, you said though, if you hold a 10K Naru and 2 spoopies, you can only do the one because you have the
only one 10K.
Right. Yeah. What I'm saying is I like the other one where you can, it doesn't matter. Like you could have one regular and one spoopy, or 2 spoopies. You could do 2 spoopies if you want for the 2 winners.
I originally thought that, right? That was my go-to was the fire option. I was arguing with people in the chat a little bit, not arguing, but just having like a little friendly back and forth with some of them. I was like, dude, like, because I'm sitting over here, I only own 3 of the 10K, and I own 6.
Only 3. I only have 1. All right.
Right. What I'm saying, like most people out there who own a shitload more, my original argument was that it's going to cater to the whales, right? Like eventually the only people who are going to be able to burn these things and want the spoopies are going to be the original 10K holders. And then somebody's like, well, that's the point. Like we're trying to keep the focal on the original 10K. We're not, the holidays were a side thing. They weren't never meant to be like
Yeah,
the whole
for
sole
5
reason.
beta. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they were pretty much like, how to, I think the second option ties everybody over there to that original idea. So I was a big fan of that, actually.
Well, and I like that, you know, obviously the spoopy drop, that was the first holiday drop. They had that and the clay happen at the same time. And a decent amount of the community wasn't super happy that they didn't get to get a spoopy because of how they kind of did their drop. So I like that they're changing things up. I like that, you know, it's 25 ADA this time, it's not 5, which is probably a little better for them, the work they put into doing another 10K, you know, art drop. And I just like that they're not, like TJ said, they're not going to have, I mean, this is going to be the second holiday, but you know, if we have Valentine's Day, 4th of July, I guess, I don't know if that'd be, I guess,
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, exactly. There's so many other holidays. Eventually you're going to have what, 150,000, you know, after a year of holidays.
You know
yeah,
it's
it
too
just
many.
gets out of control. This will keep it so there will only be 10,000 across all holidays ever.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I only have the one spoopy right now. I got a real decision to make though. Like, do I want to
burn it or do you hold on to it?
Or do I keep it? Because now, I mean, just every holiday, as more people decide to burn through them, there's going to be less and less original spoopies, you know, to where there could only be maybe 4,000 spoopies that are Halloween left, and then 6,000 Christmas ones. And then you have another holiday and that number drops even lower. It'll just continue to drop further and further, making those more and more rare. Which kind of creates it does create you know, a little extra value if you do just want to sell them. But I also just like that it adds that kind of rarity to it, makes my spoopy that much more special.
Right. I think that's the fun. Then I started to think about it. I'm like, you know what?
That was my spoopy that I sold. That's
Which one?
Burned. That's getting burned right now. I had that one. I sold it. Remember, it was the naked one with the candle.
Yeah,
on the head.
No,
that was mine.
with the eyes.
I don't think those eyes were yours though.
Those are my eyes, but literally the same body,
pretty
candle
similar,
on the
yeah.
head.
I was about to say, yo, they burned that thing away, dude. Get rid of it.
I sold it.
No,
So
I love the meme they have. I don't know if anybody posted it in here. They didn't. It's like the little like Elmo or the Yummy guy, like with the fire in the back behind him getting burned.
Yeah.
But no, so I was thinking about it for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I actually do like the second option better, where it is tied 1-to-1 with the actual holders. Because to me, it's like it now. I mean, it works perfect in my situation, right? So I own 3 of the 10K, and I own 6 of the spoopies. So it's a perfect ratio where I get to say, okay, well, I can only burn 3 of my spoopies right now. Perfect. I'm going to take the best 3 out of my 6 that I want to keep for spoopy. So I'll have 3 spoopies. I'm going to burn 3 of the other ones right now. And now I have 3 spoopy, 3 winter Narus. And then I can keep interchanging. If I want, I can buy another 3 each tier of the whatever the holiday ones are. And then I can always have at least 3 for that. So I kind of like that option. So because if I had the option to burn all 6 of mine at once, because I only needed 1 to get in there. Now I'm gonna get a little loosey goosey maybe and just want to start like like just wanting to like just burn it just to get the next rare one.
Reroll, yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, I would want to burn them all, and then I'm gonna look back and like, why'd I do that? Like, because apparently, yeah. So I think I do like the option that they have, and on top of that, I think they're spreading their rarity is what they're basically saying on this next one. They're not going to, like the ranking system for the spoopies. There's 1 through whatever 10,000 of them. All the traits are pretty much going to kind of go even with each other, except for. Some are going to be slightly rarer than others just to give it a little bit more fun. But it makes it that much harder for the community gets to decide what's more rare and what's not rare. And then people will get to burn and, fun parts for like the spoopies too. As things get burned, different traits are going to go away because there's less and less of them or more and more. So can you imagine if the community's like, everybody candle heads, we don't like candle heads, burn your spoopies with candle heads. And then there's like 0 candle heads out there. And the one guy still hold on to it's the 1 of 1 of like the candle head left. Like there's crazy like possibilities that could happen out of that. Right. So yeah, I don't know. This is a different method. It's the first time being done inside the space. And I honestly think that Yummi has just pioneered themselves. They pioneered themselves though, in this aspect of like being able to like do this, like have this option right now. I think there's like, you're going to see all of a sudden a lot of different projects start to go this route, I think.
Well, I like that they're doing the burn. I mean, both those 2 options were either way, you were burning a spoopy. So that's the part that I like is just something different and creative and something to kind of change up the process. I mean, CNFTs, we see so much every day that it kind of can get stale very fast, especially if you're actively involved in all these in Twitter and Discord. So it's cool to see something different, to see how it works. Now it got me thinking, because my spoopy that I have left is at rank 69.
Nice.
How it'll affect the ranks though too. I mean, how they're going to work the ranks. Like, are they going to do ranking for Christmas ones then? And then like, as they start getting burned, no. So how will that work?
They're keeping an even rarity among all the traits minus, but
no,
I do
I'm
believe,
saying though, mine's are ranked 69. So let's say, let's say, you know,
damn, you're going to lose your rank 69.
No, so like 1 through, let's say just for the sake of this, 1 through 68 end up getting burned. Am I ranked number 1 now?
Good.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm ranked number 1 Halloween. Like that. I mean, I doubt those guys will burn the higher ones, but maybe some of those guys only have the one and they do want to burn and roll for the Christmas. And maybe they like the look of the Christmas. Maybe they like Christmas more than Halloween. That definitely happens too, or the holidays or whatever. So I'm curious now where the damn, I'm gonna lose 69 probably. Those are gonna get all shifted around.
Right, you better screenshot that thing for a little while, man. It's such again, it throws so many curveballs into the community, but the fact that it was birthed from the community and that they actually put it out to the people. And then you saw, dude, right? Even recently, I know we talk about like JPEG. You try to send on CNFT right now at the floor of like 29, 30 disappeared, and now it's sitting around like the 40s, and nobody's sending over on CNFT. So you see people moving over to JPEG store right now, and if you look at it, the floor's sitting at what 62 right now as we go. I mean.
Oh yeah, that looks nice. It was like 22 a couple days ago. What the fuck was I doing? I need to buy like 10 of these. God damn it.
That's why I told you the other day. I'm like, I'm loading up on. I bought 3 new ones on when I was.
I was going to say, when did you get 6? I did not know you had 6.
I bought 3. I bought 3 more. I minted 3.
Okay, well, you did that on the sneak attack and didn't tell us at all.
Well, I kept hearing the rumblings of it, and I'm like, yo, I'm just speculating over here. But I was involved enough to.
We did talk about this like 2 weeks ago.
It was too good of an idea not to do, right?
Yeah,
like,
and I think I even said then, like, I should probably look at buying another one, and then you know, just didn't.
And then here we are. So now, the floor sitting at 62 for the spoopies, and I think even the floor for the actual 10K collection is now back over the 200s again. So
just because you have this open, Tom, you're sharing your screen with the JPEG store right now, and I, you know, not promoting them or anything, but I've been enjoying just kind of messing around on there because I know we've talked about in the past what it's like on Token, and it can kind of be a little bit of a process getting everything set up and getting connected to it. I think that's kind of deters some people just because there is like a little bit more
sending your actual asset to Token.
Exactly. It's like, exactly. So it's kind of a little bit more of a process for this. I mean, you just have to have a NAMI wallet and connect, and you don't even have to make an account or anything. You connect your NAMI wallet, ready to get spending. So that was pretty cool to see because I, you know, saw them. We're seeing a lot of stores open, and everyone's just kind of trying to fit into that space. And I was kind of messing around on there. It was very nice. Worked well. It loads fast too. It runs well. It has all the information you need. I was enjoying it.
Good. Well, I need to go ahead and check that out actually. So, but yeah, dude, the actual spoopies themselves. I mean, that's going to be definitely interesting, right? It's a win-win pretty much. I think for at least right now. When does that drop?
When does it happen?
Dude, I don't know. Let me look up here. So that's a great question. Nobody knows. Nobody. I love the holiday ones. Dude, that GIF is probably the most amazing GIF.
This one was really good. I like I mean, I'm a big sucker for trains too, but like I like Christmas and the little train going around on the little bottom right. I really like this one because I always look at these and you know the basic stuff I can do. Like I wonder if I could kind of figure some of these animations out. Then I start seeing the detail like the hat swing and the train move, and I'm like, this is a little out of my league, but I really like this one a lot.
There's a Yummi in the stocking if you guys see that.
Yep.
A sneak attack right there. But yeah, I have no idea yet. Obviously, we did a Yummi one drop for the Halloween. I'm sure they'll announce that here soon. I'm just curious how the whole system's going to work with the burn, and are they going to do it through escrow? How is that going to work? Because even a few weeks ago, they did the trade-ins for the box series of Yummies, and I know that I own the Cute and Stabby. I'd bought them a while back, and I had the box version of these, which there's only 50 of them. And then I was able to get them unboxed. So he was finally able to break free a little bit. But the way they had done that is you had to be a 1-to-1 holder, and they basically created an escrow ticket inside their Discord in order to get these, and they cost 100 ADA. And then from there, eventually they opened it up to the public if they hadn't sold all these things. And I think people sleep on these a lot too. Because I'm a big fan of their stuff, and I was able to I don't have an extra hate box, but I was able to actually pick up an extra hate from that public part.
You were buying these before they did the 10K drop. You were buying these up. I love the knife one because it's like, it obviously cute's in the name, but it is like this little, but it is exactly. It's like this cute little like narwhal whale Naru, this giant chef's knife in his hand. Like you'd almost see like this. I could see like this being a kid's show or a kid's toy or something like that you buy in a store, especially the box one. Obviously, that's what it looks like. But then it has a giant knife that's a
I love and Yummy to me is I don't think they're slept on, obviously, because they're obviously a huge name out there, but I do believe like the early stuff definitely is. I don't understand, some of this stuff's only selling for a couple hundred ADA right now, so I don't know. Over time, as Yummy gets more adopted, I could see them. They're literally, I think they're in the works. I've been reading some of their Discord chats of like an actual like game, like because I know they were heavily inspired by Pokemon. I remember listening to that during the CNFT con, their interview over there with the NFT update. So that to me would be, I could definitely see a game or something being made. These guys have the marketability here that like it's genius what they got. Like they could take this commercial no problem, I think.
Well, these are like legit like little figurines that are out of their box spinning. That's why I think I'm so impressed with them. When I asked, I was like, "Oh, is that an actual figurine that's out of the box right now?" You're like, "No, it's just art,
the way
essentially."
It's just their digital vinyl is what they call it. So
I think I even said that, Tommy, I think it was for this, when you bought this and you're like, dude, I couldn't resist. I think you had retweeted or commented on one of Yummy's posts, and you're like, I couldn't resist. I had to buy a new Stabby Yummy. And I posted that thing from South Park, Chin Pokemon, or it's just, I got to buy it. Got to buy it. Yeah, exactly. That's all I think of, though. It reminds me a lot of Pokemon. And then seeing those, I mean, I can see why I had to get one for sure, especially because you had the whole collection.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta catch them all,
Yeah, exactly.
And I know they're doing, if you do have all 7 of the box Narus, you will, they're actually making a physical figurine, and they're going to be sending those to owners of all the box
for sure.
So that's,
I mean, that looks like a real box, man.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at the damn thing because the lighting of it when it turns and everything just changes like it would be a real box in a room.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Out of my league, I couldn't. Those animations, that's just like that. The amount of time that's got to take and stuff like that. And I can see that for sure. That also is really cool because you've seen the physical items they've had with the clays and things like that. So that would be perfect for them. And it's something that's a little bit different. Have you got your clay hoodie yet? Yeah. Speaking of that, just curious.
Haven't gotten the what?
Your clay hoodie?
Oh no, I have not.
But they've done a hoodie. I know they did a shirt for one of theirs as well. So for them, this would be perfect because it's something they already had, and then it would tie into that. Plus, they actually look good. I mean, if they did them right and had some high quality pieces, that'd be really cool to have. And then you got a whole secondary collector's market where it's like, did you open your boxed physical toy, or did you keep it, 40-year-old virgin style up on the shelf and, still in its box?
Yeah, right.
That was funny.
You walk in, your kids are like, "Dad, what the hell are you doing, you loser?" Like, kid.
Or they rip it open.
I'm retired because of this right now. Like, look at this. It's my future back here. Now,
sending you to college.
What do you mean? That paid for your college, kid. No, man, I love the Yummies. They're a big favorite of mine. So I just wanted to shout out that unbox. So if you all are still sleeping on these things, man, go check them out. Another thing that we really wanted, another cute, like little, like very marketable things that happened this past week was the Swanky swimmers from Happy Hoppers.
Did you buy more?
No,
I said this too. Same thing. Dude. I said the same thing, TJ. I was
gonna say, are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I wish this was mine right here. Fuck, man. No, this is the whole collection. I just brought this up because there's a few people in the community who have been collecting these things. But yeah, these are the Swanky swimmers from Happy Hoppers Club, and they are like the tadpole versions of the frogs, and they all have their own little themes. But they were, I think, for the first 1,111 Discord members. TJ, dude, we grinded to get into the swimmers club over here.
I got my.
I was gonna say your time finally paid off, you sons of bitches. Because I just thought you got whitelisted. Well, here I am, just like, I'm not gonna do this. You get whitelisted. I'll just try and get in on the normal drop, and then look at this. You're already getting this shit for 5 ADA, and there's already showing like much more utility than I originally imagined.
Well, dude, obviously there's different rarities along these things. It kind of starts from just the basic tadpole in its little pond, and then all of a sudden they got new themes with all the different ones, like the little lucky the iris guy with the rainbow. Yeah. I was able to get the Tyrannosaurus Rex with the little the Hopzilla, he's called, with a little helicopter over his head. They have a zombie one, the diamond one, which is actually really cool. They have a zombie one as well. And then if you notice this guy right here, it's the gold, the gold one with the Happy Hoppers sitting on the side. He's got the little angel wing sitting above his head. So these are the ones I was trying to get. But apparently you're going to be able to burn these to put actual angel wings on your Happy Hopper. Like it's
just the gold ones?
Just only the gold ones.
Those would be airdrop too to the angel baby, you think?
See, can you imagine that'd be dope? So
They
yeah,
are
see,
one of the airdrops.
they are one of the
Oh,
airdrops.
covered, yeah.
Yeah,
There's one of the
so
airdrops on there.
yeah, so I can imagine. I don't know what's gonna happen on that.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say
be
the 943 there, the top right, that one also. I mean, it's got the harp. It also is like in the clouds with
Yeah, the angel and the
token on it.
devil.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
is that tadpole angel or no? Yeah, tadpole angel hit squad.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I don't know, but the what do you call it? These little ones right here, the gold ones, they were selling. I think one sold originally. I don't know why, it was just crazy. Only 1,000 ADA, and then the second one got bought up, I think, by Yummi Whale or one of those guys for 3,000 ADA for this thing.
Wow.
And because you, again, can you imagine, like, angel wings are like the most sought after trait on some of these projects when you're doing this stuff. So you're getting to put those onto your actual thing. That's why they're selling for so much right now. And I just wanted to bring them up because yeah, Yummi Whale I think was the one, but you know, I'm such a big fan of theirs. They also dropped too this past week. I didn't know we mentioned it, but they did the test mint prior to these the Swanky swimmers coming out. And they had 3 different versions of them. They would mint like at 3, you know, all the white, you have the white list inside their Discord, and then the whitelist address would be able to mint during a certain set time.
I like that, honestly.
I was so less stressful too, man. I love
Yeah.
the fact that I could just get in there. I'm like, oh, I got 24 hours to go ahead and do this. Sick. Okay. And then every 6 hours they would do different blocks, and I was able to get finally on the gold. There's a gold, silver, and bronze frame, and on the gold frame you actually have like the little signature from Udin himself, the artist, who does all the stuff. So that was pretty cool to see.
I'm curious too. Like, I mean, you know, complete speculation, but I could 100% see them even bringing those in more because they're tadpoles. So you know, you have dirt birds, you had the derplings, you had the eggs hatch. I mean, they could keep moving those tadpoles. You know, you could someday burn them into another happy hopper or something, or you could get a happy hopper because it could grow up or something like that. Like, they can do a lot with those.
Can you imagine evolving those things?
Yeah, exactly. Like they eventually grow up and you have to burn it, but then you get the adult version or something with your traits and things like that.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of their stuff. So they haven't officially announced the actual drop yet, and I don't know what the format's going to be. I know TJ, we're in the whitelist. We grinded to level 5 to get into that hopper chat. What's hopping? That was still one of the most fun Discord things I've done in such a long time.
We were fighting that hot bot or whatever it was.
Yeah, Mr. Hop in the hop cord with
Eltano. Yelled at me twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Eltano got shut down. Eltano's now the police hopper over there, dude. He just shuts shit down over there. Oh man, that shit's fun, man.
I gotta listen to him. I mean, he comes in with authority, all caps.
Oh yeah. But I love happy hoppers. So I don't know exactly. That's one of the big drops.
Oh, and they're doing an 11,111 too. That's like similar to the angel babies. I are doing the that same amount. It's not 10,000. It's 11 or 11111.
Dude, yeah, they're going to be definitely. In my opinion, I think they're going to want to be one of those top projects over here.
They had the white or they had the this drop right now. Have they announced their actual drop?
No, they haven't.
Though?
No, that's what I was saying. They haven't. Yeah,
they just keep showing that picture where they have their own win, but it said it's the happy hopper. I think he just like licks a fly or something like that and says win.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy hoppers for me, dude. They're a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to see what they got going on. And then switching to a little bit of controversy this week over here for our boys. Our favorite subject that we love to talk about over here is the good old Hosky token.
Such a shitty coin.
Always stirring it up. Yeah,
the
always
shittiest, stablest coin worth absolutely nothing that we fucking love. I love these guys, but dude, they were getting, they built this notorious reputation, right? Like they came out of nowhere.
Genius.
Everybody thought it was fun at first, and then they started doing really well, and then they started to kind of, like we were talking about last week, we'll get a little bit of divisiveness between them, and then they did really well. They dropped their the Hosky cash grab NFT that has been setting records right now. And then this week they posted this topic about Sunday swap over there, because it's been, the first like big Cardano decks, on their test net right now. And that's going to really bring the community to a new forefront, getting these dexes out there. But Hosky, just being the fucking shit posters that they are, fucking came over here and they were like, hey guys, should we is it too harsh to call Sunday swap someday known as someday swap? And dude,
they were going off away. I mean, and
they fucking hammered them, dude. Yeah. Like this, yes, they were not backing down. Like people were like, dude, stop, chill. You're crossing the line. They're like, fuck you, dude. Like we're just gonna keep going through. And Yeah, dude, it pissed some people off. I'll tell you that. I know that for sure.
And I could see
like
some
they
of
got the
that, too.
muzzle on the Hosky. Like again, they were
See
just
what happened.
they were just trying.
That's really funny. I didn't see that one.
Dude, they just
I
are
like that.
like starting to become cringe where they started going off on these guys.
Well, they
And,
embraced it because everyone was,
They were
kind
retweeting
of
it
jumping
too.
on.
It's
They were
funny.
retweeting it. Exactly. They were
Yeah.
just like, oh, you're going to talk shit to us.
You're losing
retweet it
respect as a meme
happily.
coin. You're
Yeah.
losing respect as a meme coin. Like, what the fuck is that mean? Like, dude, come on, bro.
Well, they kind of did, break the fourth wall and kind of talk to us outside of it. Like, hey, we're on Cardano. We're also, are involved in our own projects and other things outside of this. We're obviously not cheering or, hoping this fails. It's a meme. This is all for jokes. Our page is a joke. If you're on here, this is all nonsense. Don't take any of it serious. Like
and
anything
people
outside
started to take it serious. And then
Uh-huh.
look, they literally at one point were like, all right, I quit. The old heads of Cardano win. Enjoy your boring Twitter. And they backed off for a little while and they retweeted something. And then they come back and are like, okay, boomers. All right, I'm back.
Okay, boomers. I didn't see that.
And they're coming back and they're like basically, again, just trolling with the memes.
Sunday. Oh my God.
And they just basically were like, if you can't ignore an insult, top it. If you can't top it, laugh it off. If you can't laugh it off, it's probably deserved. So they were just like, look, guys, we're just having fun out here. We were hammering this stuff. Like, we get it. Like, but we are a fucking meme coin. We're a meme page. You guys are really taking us seriously right now. And they just fucking hammered people on this stuff, and people don't get it.
Shit.
Well, someone was almost like comparing it to the Spider-Man line, where it's like they have 20,000 followers, and with great power comes great responsibility. And they're like, we don't have great power. If you're on our page reading what we say as any sort of financial advice towards where ADA's going or what Sunday Swap's going to do for ADA, you're not paying attention. Like, don't listen to us about any of this stuff. This is stupid jokes.
Yeah, well, here you go. This is your daily reminder. We bring absolutely nothing over than low quality memes, no financial value, no promises or massive games, no mind beagling technology, just doggo memes. So go away already. They post this every day, like literally every day, just to remind you guys, like, hey guys, that this is nothing. This means nothing. Don't take us seriously. Oh, we just sold out 150,000 NFTs. Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. And people, I will say, and I did see somebody post this about that. Whether you like them or not, and the memes that they do, they brought in a whole new community of Cardano, people over this way who otherwise probably would have never came this way had it not been for the hype around them and what they built as far as their community.
The NFT they created too is called the Cash Grab NFT. I thought that was
bro. The cash grabs are fucking hilarious to me. This was also hilarious to me was their fact that they broke Yoroi and Daedalus, they broke Cardano, they broke their own network, they broke CNFT.io, and then next up on the thing was fucking CNFT.tools. And of course, literally right here, as we were talking about that, we were pulling it up here earlier, the rankings for the cash grab NFTs. They literally can't, they broke CNFT.tools. They can only get 20,000 of them to display on there because there's 150,000 of these things and they can't even get them all on there because it breaks the fucking website.
They were probably never, they just probably never built it to handle that because they're like, no one's going to have this many
rarity rankings for 20,000 plus
for
NFTs.
One project. Exactly. No one's ever going to have, or more than 20. So like 20 is a safe they probably thought like, hey, some people do 10. That seems to be standard. Let's do 20 just to be safe and double that. And then they come in and 150,000. That's out of control.
That is insane to me. Like I love, again, Hosky token, again, they did drop the cash grab and they mentioned 150,000 of these things. And not to mention that one of these things though, the original Hosky token, like some guy got the blue one. I was actually in the Discord that night when I was sitting there. He got the OG original like Hosky token, the like exact one on his cash grab one. And they had a bidding war between whales inside the Discord, and everybody's like, should we keep posting or should we keep going higher? And eventually I think it settled at like 22,222 ADA. Wow. Somebody bought that for it, and the dude bought it for 6.9 ADA, like literally a 69 joke, like got it sold for 2,000. Like that's the brand though that they've built, with their marketing, is that somebody was willing to pay for over almost $40,000 for a picture of that thing. It's crazy to me. So
some are actually pretty cool looking through these. I mean, is like rank 13? Is that supposed to be like Squid Game, but instead of the Squid Game
yeah,
mask,
it's
just
the error.
the
Well, that's
dog
the error.
shit.
They literally, the higher rank is they have errors on all their attributes. So you have like the head, and then if like the headband's over here, it's like the headband error, and that's the rare trait on these. Like if you're seeing like, yeah, they're all off to the side, like the laser eyes error. It's not.
Look at the one right next to it. The blue eyes coming out of the hat.
It's just coming
out
out
the top of his head. It's not.
I feel like it's something you would create, Tom. This is really funny.
It's like way messed up.
Their stuff is no, it's fucking
not even close. I like the Squid Game.
Like the laser eyes are not even, they're just in the corner over here.
But see the Squid Game mask, and it's not like the face, it's like the pile of dog shit.
Yes. Yeah, those are all rare. I mean, dude, Hosky to me is I love them. I love the community for them. Somehow we keep making it on their outer inner circle over on Twitter. I got
Tom made it there too one time,
dude.
though.
Yeah, you're on the little page.
The errors are funny though. I was not aware of that. It's creative. I just like it's something different like that. Like, hey, these are like on purpose mistakes. Is that one like rank 9 there have a mustache on top of it? Is that supposed to be a mustache above its nose?
Right here?
Yeah.
That's like I think that's this guy right here. So see,
it's
like
that's
a type
one of the types of dog. Okay, yeah.
But now, dude, these things are. I mean, I love what Hosky's done. Whether you like him or not, but they are just ultimate trolls. They are bringing in a brand new fan base to Cardano, and literally they stress tested the market in the least stressful way, right? Like they're over here like breaking shit, and nobody's like complaining, oh, where's my Hosky NFT? It's like, dude, you'll get it one day. Like,
it took me almost like 36 hours to get mine, honestly.
And, like if I wasn't stressing about it, like I'm not stressing about it. Yeah,
I wasn't.
With Vegas Pool and their developer, they're like, hey guys, he quit out here. Please fill out the attached application for a developer and stuff out here. They're just literally shit posting, and then they literally are just writing in whatever they want just to fuck around with the people over here. I always have fun with Hosky.
They almost, and I mean, I don't think any of them had minted within like the first 24 hours. I maybe remember that incorrectly, but I just remember because they kept posting like it's been 24 hours, not a single Hosky cash grab has been minted yet. Guys ready for the rug pull?
Well, now
they just hadn't sent any out yet.
Well, they're taking it beyond that now. Like they got the Hosky token out, right? Their CNFT cash grab is out now. Now they're starting to go to the stake pool operator side, and they're actually like trying to, they're doing some good for the Cardano side. But I love it because they have the SPO over here, which is the scooper pooper operator.
That's what they call that for them.
It's a scooper pooper is what I saw over there. For these guys. So even still, they're trolling and just having fun. And then obviously, like people are starting to do derivative art of Hosky because it's become such a name brand over here on Cardano. And again, there's pretty much like, should we have special traits added to our trait pool for New Year's, Christmas? And it's just like no, or rug me, daddy. Like
I didn't see that.
Man, I'm just pretty much I love what they got going on here. And again, Hosky pooper scooper applicants, pretty much is what they're going for right now. But they're actually like they're a part of the community. They're not going away anytime soon, whether you like them or not. And they just keep minting. Somebody's like, well, is this sold out? Am I not gonna be able to get one anymore? Like, no, just keep minting.
No,
like, just go for it.
Just keep sending
like rugs. Like oh man, I love Hosky. They're at the almost 22,000 followers. I think when we first started covering them on this podcast, they were around like 10,000. So
yeah, you're welcome, Hosky.
Hosky with our soul growth because of us. Freedom 35 now.
No, that's amazing.
We need more than.
I can't believe it's been that fast. I mean, it was what 3 weeks ago probably that they started, but it seems like it's been so much longer, and they just exploded. At first, it was just such like a, what is this? Oh, let's check it out. You can send 1.5 ADA or whatever. This is kind of cool, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every day.
Dude, they don't stop, man. They've taken over, literally, and it's the shittiest meme coin project out there that everybody wants. I love Hosky token, man. They're fun for me. But speaking of stuff that the community really looks forward to, and we covered briefly on the last episode over here. Speaking of shit, Wookie art Diarrhea. Like what a transition.
Good segue. Yeah. Shit coin to Diarrhea.
Oh fuck, man. No, this guy, man, he remember he talked. He's doing 100 pieces of this artwork. We later responded to us. He's like, no, dude, I do everything in VR and Blender. It's all custom handmade artwork.
He just finished
so clean
piece, right?
His 100th piece today or the other day was completed. So he's getting ready to mint over here. And originally there was he was going to go ahead and do an auction for his pieces out here. And due to community demand, he decided to change that up because he's like, look, I want everybody to be able to get a chance. So he's having fixed prices now between 150 to 400 ADA out there.
I think that's fair.
I agree, man.
I
That
think the
artwork-
auctioning thing, the whales would have just came in there and scooped it all up for.
Oh,
a
they would have
ridiculous
ripped
price.
right through this stuff, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
I
it's
could
that
easily-
good. Yeah, they would have wanted it. And
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna have that. I mean, you know, if that's what you're into is some sort of value in the secondary market or something, I think just based on the art itself, like how good it is and how much time that must take him, it's gonna have that kind of value. So they would have snagged those up just to resell, I think.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I love the artwork and I was drawn to it. And I know that we all kind of stumbled upon it through our, we didn't know what the dude's name was. I was like, Wookie Art Diary. You're like, who? And I went and showed you the thing. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've seen that guy.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that shit.
I've seen that shit. Bro. Yeah, I love the name, man. This guy's just like some dude. He's just creating this stuff and he's got a
I
whole
want to know
community
now.
behind him.
I want to know where the diarrhea comes in.
Why is it Wookie Art
yeah, why
Diarrhea?
Wookie?
It's
Why
just art
art?
diarrhea. It's just
Yeah.
it's fucking art and it's just shit all over the place. He's
Comes
got
out everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
But I mean,
I
so
love-
it's 152. What do you say? The max is probably gonna be 400.
400 right now. Yeah.
So I'm curious how he'll kind of. It's got to be a tough decision. You know, I'm sure he has more connection and knows how long each piece kind of took him to value.
Yeah.
that. But
You
I
know,
just like
even
seeing him value that a fair rate for what he probably put into it as far as time.
I still think that's a low rate though. He only has
Even
100,
that,
and,
right,
and the
150,
quality of it though,
yeah,
I feel like
for-
that could be worth so much more.
You could probably
For
sell them off
100
for
drop.
400. Yeah.
I think he just didn't because he knows people want them, and I mean even
yeah,
150.
let some regular
people
people get
them.
those things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And 150 will even be high. I'm sure some people are. I know some people are disappointed. Like that's still a little rich for me in my wallet right now. I know some people are saying that in the comments.
It's
but
nothing compared to like the regular NFT.
Oh, I
world,
know.
you
And me personally,
Exactly.
that's a lot, but like the quality of the art you're getting, I mean, really, like, come on, you want it to
and the amount of
40,
time that must have
50,
taken him.
I know,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like
saying.
he's got
That's
to
crazy.
value his time properly in the art and work he put into that. So I like seeing that and him not just kind of. I mean, honestly, the other person I see do that is aeoniumsky.
Oh yeah,
I'm always
100%.
amazed that they could easily sell, I think, for more than their 22 mint drop. You know, they could charge
Aeonium.
100. Yeah, they could charge for 100 ADA for all their drops too, and I think they would still sell out as fast as they do, just because there's that much that goes into them, and they look that good and they're that cool and that different from anything else.
Yeah.
And same with this, I like seeing him actually value his art for a fair rate, or at least fair, and then also balance within what the community can actually get, so we can get into it.
Dude, and this guy's done like no marketing. The community's literally marketed for him.
Mhm.
And they
He's
just
just been
found
making them and posting them, right? Yeah, he's just kind of like, hey, here's number 97 I made. And I'm just kinda
Yeah,
working
I
on
think
these.
even somebody had actually minted one of these things off in an auction or won something, like, so got this beautiful line in an auction in case someone is interested. And this guy's like, oh wow, I minted this a few months ago, sold it with no smart contracts. If anyone's interested, go knock yourself out. Fun fact, this is one of the earliest pieces that has a full body. So somebody already got one of his things over there, which is pretty crazy.
And I think they also said that, like, you know, they're making this art no matter what. So, you know, they think the one, that's why I think they ended up deciding on that too, TJ, like that 150 to 400 is because that's enough for them to continue to kind of make art probably and keep the project going and kind of pay for his time that he spent put into it. But then he's just going to keep doing that. They're just going to continue to make more art and do what he enjoys to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, big shout out to Wookie Art Diary again. And what the best shitty transition we just had there. Well, speaking of like one kind of art, like you had just mentioned, Tom, since we're over here talking about it, is aeoniumsky. Big block 9 drop, dude. Because again,
big oof for TJ.
Hold on. So Pavia here went over here and did this huge drop, right? They had their 31,000, and everybody was worried about the bots. aeoniumsky's like, look, we pretty much evolved and gotten past my drop method. You know, in the beginning it worked just to post the address in the Discord and everybody copy paste and rush in, and the first people who got it, and the rest didn't. You know, he's like, we're beyond that now, and especially in this space of bots, I'm going to try a different drop structure out. So block 9 yesterday, it dropped at 5 p.m. for us in Eastern time, and dude,
or 6 p.m. if you're on TJ's clock.
6 p.m. if you're on TJ's clock.
I sometimes mix my D's and L's.
Hey, good to get a like llama to the beach.
I'm so salty.
And it goes so fast too. So it's kind of like, hey, I got one. You're like, that was just now. My alarm goes off in an hour.
Yeah. TJ always is funny.
I told my wife, I was like, I gotta drop at 6. You can take the baby. I'll be in there for about 10 minutes, and then I'll come back out.
It's that damn daylight savings time, bro. Why did we do that?
It's that damn Sasquatch.
Damn Sasquatch. So yeah, the block 9 party went out yesterday, and they did a different drop structure, and it was through Discord only. And inside the drop channel, he basically right before it had posted, he was like, I'm going to go ahead and post an emoji, and you're going to have to react to that specific emoji in order to get a escrow ticket from the bot. So the bot pretty much time dropped, and it was like the Milky Way. Like it didn't have the actual like reaction on there yet. It just had the picture of the Milky Way. So I was the one, I was doing the drop, and the picture of the Milky Way thing went there. And I'm like, I clicked my reaction right away to go find Milky Way. And I'm like, fuck, where is it? It's not in his Discord thing. I'm like, shit, I don't see it yet on the thing. Nobody reacted with it yet. So I'm like, I literally had to do the Discord search and type Milky, and lucky it popped up on my computer, and then I popped it on there. And when I popped it on there, boom, all of a sudden like 400 more were in there. I was like within the first 400 of them. And then like thousands and thousands of them kicked in right after that, and nothing. Got nothing.
I just like people at like 520 were like, I clicked it and it didn't work. I mean, you just clicked on it. What do you expect? You're going to get a drop
Really?
now? I mean, really?
No, there's 450 of them. I'm number 3,000 or something. And
I clicked it didn't work. This drop structure sucks. What?
Oh, we even used to see that early
pitchforks, dude. Like, oh my God.
People sending in their ADA, and they're like, I just sent ADA to this address. So how do I get my NFT now? And it's like,
you missed that like an hour ago. Like you should have been there within the first 10 seconds. Otherwise, but no, so this drop structure got some heavy criticism yesterday because of it, because the bot had a little bit of issues, right? Like I thought I was like in the first 450 because of my thing, but I now wonder that I didn't make it in because the reaction wasn't, the thing wasn't actually physically up there yet for me to click on. I manually typed it in and then hit the thing. So I wonder if I was jumped. I don't know what happened. So
I thought they also mentioned something along the lines of it almost was they kind of ended up doing like a raffle or something along those lines, where they didn't. It wasn't just guaranteed.
It wasn't doing it in chronological order.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like you had to do that, and then I think they picked so many of the original ones, and then chose out of that to send to kind of even spread it out and make it even a little more fair that way too.
Yeah, it sucks. I part of me misses I literally made a data list for aeoniumsky. Like that that was literally what I made a data list for, because I was like, I've been there since Block 5 with their work, and obviously we've been since even the early days of aeoniumsky was what we used to call that. We've come so far on this channel over there with aeoniumsky.
I want one of it so bad. I missed like the last 4 blocks because it's bullshit.
And the artwork is just that hand pieced like thing. Again, if you're new to the channel or tuning in, aeoniumsky, they're doing these block series. They're releasing it. I think it's 24 total blocks that they're doing. It's one giant like GIF picture that has all these little tiny details. There's treasure hunts and puzzles and all these different things that are built into them, but they release them every, now it seems to be about every month, but block by block. So all 24 of them are released individually, and we're on block 9 right now.
So plenty of time, TJ. We're going to get ours next one.
You're gonna
one
get
day.
Next one.
This drop structure definitely, it definitely heated some people up, and that's for sure. I never seen so much hate in the Discord for Aeonium stuff before. So it definitely, I don't know if it's mass adoption that's starting to get in there or what, or people are just super salty, but it's like 450 of these things, dude. It's not the chances of you getting in there was super rare in the first place, but I definitely saw that hate come out for the first time for him, like for their stuff. And I was like, like I was just, I didn't get one. I was upset about it, but at the same time, like, I'm not sitting there like, fuck you, dude. Like this shit sucks. Like I'm not ever doing this anymore. This is a joke. Like,
sometimes you just got to take the L. That's just what happens.
Oh, yeah.
It's an exclusive drop. You're not going to always get what you want. That's just how this works. If you want something that's mass produced and there's a billion of them, you can go buy something like that. But that's why it's also not going to have any resale value if you go buy it at Walmart. That's why these have actual value, because the time and how creative they are and the art that goes into it, plus the scarcity of it, that's what makes the value.
The thing is too, like I wouldn't even sell his. I just really like his.
They're awesome.
Oh yeah,
I want to frame one.
Art. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of those nano frames.
I want a nano frame. I want to throw one of these in.
That's my top.
The nano frame for sure on that stuff.
Yeah,
I would love to have
that's my top list for that.
Well, even
I didn't know this is awesome.
Looking into it too, because you go back and they had like that. We'll talk about it here, but the Dreamspace was an event that happened this past weekend while we were out too. And it's built in. He has like the Dreamspace after party built into the block 9 of it, and it features so many of the actual Cardano community. Like I saw, like I was like, oh, the first thing I noticed was the actual Corn and Friends down there when I was first doing this. But you see Sushi Bites. I saw an Angel Baby Hit Squad in there. There's Jameson Daniels music going on throughout there. You have Wisp Spaces, Claymates.
Where's the Yummi?
The Yummy's over there on like I think he's on the far left.
So it's like a little club scene right here that you're looking at. You're sharing the screen,
and they're all dancing around.
Yeah, all these ones dancing. I love the corn. The corn's got a very prominent spot.
I know he's got the whole little arms
corn,
up,
so,
like
yeah,
that,
for sure.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So
they need to get actual corn in there. Cornelius would fit perfect.
Yeah, I right. Yo, his green screens would be perfect for all this
little
stuff.
dance for sure.
So, but yeah, I definitely don't know what you do going forward for the drop structure. I know aeoniumsky even messaged everybody. He's like, I know everybody wasn't super happy with this, but he goes, guys, I'm looking to anybody, I'm going to mint a piece that, as a token just to say, I'm sorry. It basically is going to give it for 2 ADA. So you're basically paying just dust fees almost. And they're going to be doing some sort of NFT give back for people from this drop, just to say, hey, if you wanted something, here you go, kind of thing.
I'm sure that's tough to hear from the community though, because I mean, for something so exclusive and rare, some people are going to be upset every time that don't get it, and especially the ones, I assume most of the ones that are really upset that are actually complaining are the ones that didn't get to flip it right away and make money, because everyone else is just, it sucks, but we're on for the next one. They just want to make their money and they're upset that they didn't get something for 22 ADA and sell it right away for 150. That's usually how it goes. So
aeoniumsky has literally been like the perfect for flippers. Like if you think about it, like it's always been 22 ADA no matter what. And right at you, most of the time before the 450 mints were even out there, if you had minted, if you're lucky enough to mint one, you 200 minimum ADA, you were already out there. So you had almost 10x your money just by being able to get the mint. So there's not many projects where you can do that consistently, because it's not like these are all just one of ones. These are, technically block 9s are, there's different serial numbers to them, but they're all still the same block 9. So it's crazy to me that demand and that price is still there. It just shows a testament to the actual artwork itself from Aeonium. And again, this is definitely a blue chip project for me inside here. I can't wait to see what the actual full 24 blocks all in one, like what it really looks like in full motion like that. I think it's going to be sick.
So I'd be excited to see though. I mean, it sounds like you had to actually be on Discord with your Discord account, which would be a little bit tougher to do and have gotten in time if you had multiple Discord accounts open, even on your phone and computer.
Oh yeah.
How fast they went. So it sounds like they really would have cut down on the bots, which even if people were upset, which probably sucks to hear from your community, but it just sounds like if they can cut down and make sure that holders get it that want them and aren't just there as bots to resell it and flip it for a crazy amount of more money and take advantage of how good the project is. It sounds like it was a pretty good drop structure. You're never going to make everyone happy, especially people that don't get something that's rare like that. So it sounds like it worked all right, at least keeping the bots out. That was the main goal. And I'd be curious to see what happens next for the block 10.
Yeah, well, I'm a big shout out to aeoniumsky though. Just obviously, you're never going to please everybody with how you do things. So I think the drop structure can be looked at a little bit as far as the bot, maybe, or at least explain how to, what the bot does once you click on it, so that way people have a better expectation of it. But going forward, it's going to get tougher and tougher as these drops get bigger and bigger, and more people have easy access to get into them, and it's not about your wallet speed anymore. So outside of that, I just wanted to, again, throw into these unique shout outs of different people out there. Cause I know I talked about him way back in the day, but was put your hands up. I know we're talking about seasonal drops, dude. Put your hands up, right? I love that Zach Galifianakis meme where he's just sitting
there. That's
my
favorite. Every time I see it, he's just like, I don't even know. He's like riding in the back of like sticking his head out of a sunroof or something. It looks like they're driving down the street or something.
Put your hands up is my fucking favorite, man. Or it was literally the first NFT that I got for free. I won a band bot way back in the day off his Discord because I wasn't fast enough. He made 10 band bots, and I got it for free, and I sold it for 250 ADA.
Wow.
Early in, yeah.
Early in, that was back in the early days. And that honestly got me involved in so many different projects. And then I bought back into Put Your Hands Up, obviously, because they helped me get into it. So went back and re-supported the project. But Put Your Hands Up right now is doing something that I think is amazing for as far as an airdrop and a seasonal thing right now, is they're doing custom, for holders of their stuff. They're not just doing an airdrop. They're doing custom work for you right now. So say you own one of the original Put Your Hands Up, and you own maybe one of the Love It events, or you own 5 of your five or however many different Put Your Hands Up. He's combining all traits of the ones that you personally own to make a custom Lil Pix drop right now. So it's not just like a random, here you go, I'm going to make, already pre-designed these. He has to physically see who holds what. And it could have never predicted who was going to hold different combinations. He's physically making the artwork right now based on their stuff right now, which is actually really crazy to me. I'm gonna have to Put Your Hands Up while we're sitting here talking about it.
It's like the Power Rangers are what was it, Captain Planet? Our powers combined.
So see, you have the Love It event plus this guy, and he makes this little guy. It's all customized exactly to what you got going on. I don't know. It's really dope to me to see these kind of things. And
What the hell was the robot called in Power Rangers? Help me out, TJ.
I just
You know what I'm talking about? They all became like, you know, like they.
the robot. That's what he does.
No, I'm talking about all the.
I'm not gonna do it again.
The big.
You have the circle head.
I'm talking about all the Power Rangers could like come together to form that like giant robot.
The
like,
Megatron, not the Megatron.
Oh,
yeah,
but
it was like one was like a foot, one was the other.
It's like it's Mighty Morphin time, and then
yeah,
they would
all
just turn
became
into
one
like
giant like dinosaur robot. 'Cause I used to have that thing when I was a little kid. And you could drive it around and then have like a speaker you could talk out of. And I used to drive it to my sister's room. Those were the bad guys though. That was like the enemy guys or whatever. Yeah.
Rangers.
Yes, dude. So Gordon, or is it Gordon? Zordon. Yo, you record on Zordon. But no, dude, I wanted to shout out, put your hands up over here, because look at I mean, dude, that takes a lot of time to like, because you have to physically see like, and some of these probably are not the easiest combos to like, hey, like, fuck, man, this guy got one of these. It sucks. It's not fun to make. Like, what am I gonna do with this right now? But he's literally over here just custom making these little picks right now. So if you have 5 put your hands up original, he'll customize them all. Or if you own original put your hands up with one of the band bots that I had originally, or one of the early Love It events, he's creating a little picks guy for you for his stuff. So big, you know, he doesn't get nearly enough love out here, and I'm pretty sure he's a one-man show. I don't know, he's based in like Thailand over there. But he does some cool stuff, and then he even partners up with this guy Fonk, who does a lot of the 3D art as well. And Corners is the guy actually from Put Your Hands Up. That's his name, is Corners, and he like digitally signs these things too. So I Put Your Hands Up is still a really underrated project, and I just don't think they get the marketing. That's why it's not as big as it is. But they got a very dedicated fan base too. So I don't know if he's doing it. Somebody was asking him like, "Yo, are you gonna do a Christmas drop?" And my man, he's just like, "Dude, maybe if I had enough time. Thanks, bro." He's just like, he does not have the time to do any of this stuff because he's handling every single one.
The Santa just like flipping the bird.
Every single one of the Put Your Hands Up. That's what it is. It's just the middle finger up. So I just wanted to shout out Put Your Hands Up because they got the holiday stuff going on right now, and it seems like everybody's got the holiday stuff going on. Because again, one of our favorite other ones right now is the Grumpy Bunny, and Grumpy Bunny has the 12 days of Grumpmas going on with the Grumpy gifts. And they're starting to open up, and I'm an idiot, dude. I knew it was this past Sunday, and I was going to Minute, and I slept in, and I didn't realize there was only an hour window to get the gift. And dude,
you missed your damn gift.
You son of a bitch.
You idiot.
I was a grumpy bunny, dude. I didn't get it.
Blew it.
Dude, so it was not fun. But so I'm over here just every day, just getting trashed, like just looking at all these different grumpy guys, grumpies that get every day they're opening up, right? So you have the gift right, to buy in. I don't deserve it. I'm just.
I woke up in the morning.
So when you finally woke up and saw that, how grumpy.
Well, I thought I was like, hey, maybe there's like an unlimited mint time or today's the day of the release. That he's like, there was no like set cap on the presents themselves. And there was different, you know, each day different stuff open, so you weren't guaranteed to get the same airdrop every day from these things. And I was like, oh, I got time. I didn't really read the directions, or, you know, over here just it was like 11 o'clock, and I would go back, oh, I'm ready to go mint my grumpy bunny, and it's like our window is closed. I'm like,
you had also driven back from Miami the night before. We had like a full day down there, and you got home at like 1 a.m.
I didn't go to bed until almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, it makes a little more sense, but still,
that's
disappointing though. That sucks.
So I'm watching every day right now. The 12 days of Grumpmas is going on, so people are getting airdrops, and it's just like different ones of like Wreck the Halls over here for the Grumpy Bunny. There's new ones today. Grumpy Bunny is coming to town. It's like all these different things each day. I keep seeing them, like Stay Frosty, and it's like a melting snowman and Grumpy Bunny. It's so much fun stuff. But on top of that, they've had other things that are happening in the Grumpy achievements, which I just started to see as I was scrolling tonight. And these are like secret achievements that you get for, and this guy, the Grumpy royalty, is given to collectors that hold an excess of 50 Grumpy Bunny NFTs. So you get the Grumpy royalty. Another guy over here today I saw as we were opening this up, he had the license to chill, which was unlocked when you support 7 buns with the serial number 007.
That's sick.
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So he has like some cool like sneak attack stuff that they're doing right now with the Grumpy achievements, and I can imagine these ones will probably do pretty well on secondary. But again, it just gives you another way to like to have more to grumpy buns, different. You never know what what's gonna happen over there. And each day, and you could still technically buy the grump. Maybe I will look at actually the price of these things and see where we're actually at, but and grab one of these because I still think we got a few days left. But each day, yeah, you get a new one of these things. So I just wanted to shout out Grumpy Bunny. And
yeah,
I was definitely a Grumpy Bunny.
S is up.
Yeah, S is up. If you know, you know. I hope they see that, and he just tweets that back out to me because I'm a fucking idiot, and I was like, "S is what the fuck
Bun says sup.
Yo, sup?
Wait a minute,
lady, you're scaring us. So yeah, shout out to Grumpy Bunny over here on that. Big.
There's another. What's the other Christmas project right now?
Oh, the Clay, yeah, the Clays. Yeah. So Clay Nation's
right.
big. I know Clays are they're in a league of their own right now with what they got going on. But they had actually a big thing going on. Remember I told you guys about the buses that they were planning on doing over in like London, the double deckers. Well, apparently they got denied because the world's just not ready to accept cryptocurrency and NFTs. I don't know if you guys read that. So their full announcement on that.
Why they stopped it? Yeah.
Yeah, they had paid in full. I think it was like £93,000 over there in London that they paid already, ready to go, had artwork approved. And then they pretty much had to make them give a disclaimer on there saying that like NFTs are risky and the value is going to fluctuate up and down, like pretty much told them on that stuff. So you guys laughing because I did a little.
No, I'm laughing because Tom said that's heavy and I just caught it just now that he said that.
So there's 93,000.
Little delay on that.
I'm sitting here like just grinding. I'm over here making this little thing and I'm like, oh, it's a little okay. But
that's wild though. I didn't realize that. I mean, I don't get to follow them as much because I don't have my Clay yet. So, but I do remember the bus ad, the project they were doing. So they just kind of wanted to get out there, especially after they saw, the other people that were advertising in like New York City and stuff. And they thought,
well, basically London was saying that like they can't have like any Clay on it at all. There's no like financial thing.
They said it was too fun. Like it was like too. It's gonna like basically like misinform people to like trick them into like buying it.
Clay, yeah.
Like buying the Clay because hey, it's fun looking. I want one of those. Basically, like pretty much like the whole point of what the Clays are, the reason that they're even enticing in the first place, they wanted them to remove that.
Isn't that the whole point of advertising though? Like I'm gonna advertise on the side of your bus is because I want people to learn about it and then look into it and then buy it. Like that's how marketing works. Why is that one not allowed, but I can buy jeans on the side of a bus or something like that?
It was to me, I just, the world's not ready yet. Like what you're about to find out about that really hard. It sucks like that's even a thing, but I'd have to go back and actually find the actual thing. I wish I could find it in there, but yeah, dude, that sucks that they actually had to go through that. And they basically were like, no, we're not going to do it over there. So they ended up posting an announcement to that. And I think I got to confirm on that. I kept seeing the little snowmans, the little clay snowmans on all the different people. I think if you had donated to it, you might have gotten one of those snowmans. I'm not 100% on that. But what they ended up doing now instead is that New York City, over here this Friday, December 10th, when we drop the podcast out here, you'll see out the NASDAQ in Times Square. They're going to go ahead and drop, some Clay ads out there as well, which is going to be sick.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Clay's are obviously
that's crazy.
They're the top tier, one of the top tier projects over here, and they always push the boundaries. And they got such an amazing community behind them. And I know I'm again Clay holder as well from the beginning, so I'm always there to support Clays and. Dude, it's exciting to see. Like, it's just crazy to me that I know Space Buzz is over there and did that as well. Now you got Clay Nation over here is too doing the same thing. So I just wish them all the success over here on that holiday drop for them.
Well, and I'm probably totally ignorant to this, but like I don't see, I don't have a Space Buzz, so I'm not within their circles and communities, but I just don't see even retweeted and stuff a lot on Twitter, like even this kind of holiday thing. Whereas like Clay, they're just constantly doing new stuff, cool things, bringing out new animations and things like that, and animating some of their other stuff like the Snoop Dogg thing and things like that. So it's just so cool, all the things they do.
Oh yeah, I'm big fan of them, their stuff. And I think we were actually talking to today, TJ, I think we had saw it and because they had done stuff. We were talking about the hoodie, right? Like I got the NFT link and they did the same thing for the Sweet Fellas, the Clay drop, getting t-shirts like that. But they partnered up with NFT Link, who are pushing the boundaries as well over here. And they're partnering with Clay's, the now Goat Tribe, which I just saw was actually pretty cool as well. But they got stickers for your NFTs.
That's so cool. I like that a lot.
They have an NFT-L chip to link your NFT, and pretty much you can scan it with your phone.
Such a
and
dope
it,
idea.
like you just literally hover it over there, and it'll pull up your NFT right through pool.pm on that. For participating, you know, projects that are doing that. And on top of that, it's paying royalties to the creator. So if you buy one of the stickers of their artwork, because you're going to have to go ahead and submit, you know, it has to be a project that's verified with them, because you can't just go print a Bored Ape, like, right, you know, right, say somebody sent a Bored Ape over there, not just printing that out and selling it. They can't do that. So they obviously they have to partner up with certain things to do this. But the big thing that, you know, these creators over here who may not have all these smart contract marketplaces and people using them for the royalties, you know, this is a good way to go ahead and do that too, to be able to pay them back for these kind of things. So you can, if you have any of these projects that they're partnered up with, you send in your NFT with your pool.pm, verify your artwork, and they'll make you one of these stickers. And then again, you can scan it up. So I thought that was, they're pushing the boundaries over here. I really like what NFT Link's doing.
Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas. So,
yo, there you go. Hey, we'll go ahead and get some NFTs for them as well. Speaking of a big projects that we were talking about, Tom, from this past week, was our boy, what do you call it, Fett with the Angel Baby Hit Squad. This week we were talking about, yo, I'm about to go mint another one because I want another ultimate. There's 6 out of, you know, there were 6 of them left out of the 7, and then as soon as like we get back from the trip, boom, the number 2 ultimate gets pulled this week for the Angel Baby Hit Squad. It's like that grass one with like the Bible and the little background, little garden over there. So
I can't believe it's only, I mean, there's only 7 total, but 6 total, 7 total, 7 total, right? Yeah. And this was the second one. I mean, but we're almost 50% through the whole mint. I can't believe it's only been 2 so far.
Dude, that's what Fett was saying. He's like, dude, it sucks. I really want all these to come out so I can showcase some of the artwork for this stuff. So and then I was talking to Fett. I would have fun, you know, when we were walking over there at our Basel down there, he hands me his phone. He's like, dude, check out this announcement. He's like, yeah, if you own, you know, you're one of the virtues inside of which is like the owners of 100 angel babies inside of their Discord, or if you have one of these 7 ultimates, you're one of the holders for those. We have like an exclusive club over in LA. You know, he's got a good connection out that way. And they're doing like their own like events and things like that. So if you're looking to get into the angel baby and you're not able to afford 100 of them, like probably most people in here, the ultimate's the best way to do that. So I know they're still selling right now, and they have still 6,000 and something like that to still mint. So I'm waiting for the day. I jumped into Discord. I'm like, all right, let me calculate the fucking math right now. How many more of these things need to get pulled before I decide to pull the trigger on my second one right now, for that next Hail Mary over here. But they had a good AMA a Twitter space the other day that I had jumped in as well. I was listening to them, promote the project. And we even had talked about the Demon Baby Hit Squad, which they're going to be launching over on Cardano, because the angel babies are on ETH and they're paying out airdrops over to Cardano holders and wallets. And I think we just linked the wallet, Tom, right? With the Lovelace. So
I'm pretty sure mine linked. I hope so.
I think mine did too. And we're doing the drop from Jason Matias. But I think this week we had a good announcement from them too, is that on the Demon Baby Hit Squad, you have the Goat Tribe is actually one of the first official airdropper from the Cardano side for Demon Babies. So that's an awesome partnership right there as well. So I can only imagine what the next wave of these people are going to be over on the Demon Baby side. So
that's already a big project. I mean, that already is like, okay, now I want a goat and I can't get a goat at this moment. So, all right, I guess I got to, down the line, I'll probably have a goat before that, but I'm still, got my eyes all over Demon Baby.
Demon Baby for sure. I love what they got going on over there. How he's bridging the gap between all these different things, and he has more
planned too. He just every time stay tuned, because I got so much more stuff coming up too. We're not done yet.
He did such a cool little thread the other day too about all the different airdrop projects, and kind of gave them their own little spotlight and told them who they were, what they got going on. Like, these are all the different airdrops, and I'm really curious because he's starting, the way he ordered these things, because I know we keep talking about like Jason Matias is going to be the first airdrop with his angel for like Ali and them. I'm curious on how he laid these out. Is this the actual order of the airdrops? Because I know he didn't really officially announce that yet for everybody. So I'd be curious to see how the airdrops do work for angel babies this week.
I'll be curious about that too. Like, is he going to keep some of the best for last? You know what I mean? Kind of keep you in, or is he going to mix them in? And
he's going to hook you. Yeah.
Best is always subjective too. Which one you want the most. But yeah, I'll be curious about that. Alphabetical order.
Yeah, there you go. Right, that's a good way to go about it. But there's a big shout out to Angel Baby Hit Squad for what they got going on. And then brief note news that I wanted to mention for you guys is an update on Pavia. Over on the metaverse side of all this stuff is that they released screen grabs from inside their metaverse this past week. And I mean, apparently the graphics on these are a lot. I mean, they still, you know, they look like an old PS2 game or something to me still. Like, you know, they're not there as far as this stuff. And apparently this is way more advanced, was what I'm hearing, than someone like Decentraland and Sandbox right now.
Wow.
So they actually have like the inside, and you can see the Cardano kids up on the billboard itself right here. But what really sparked my mind is that big YouTubers and big crypto, you know, news coverage sources actually are covering Pavia now. And I love how some are calling it Pavia, some are calling it Pavia. I still think Pavia to me, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard it said out loud, so I couldn't tell you really.
Pavia, Pavia, whatever the hell they want to call it. But even BitBoy Crypto.
Avia, the P is silent.
Yeah, BitBoy Crypto is actually talking about it too. So they got a big audience looking at it right now. So it's, you know, Pavia is one of those ones where it's like, you don't know, is the metaverse going to be a thing? Is it going to fizzle out? Is that, you know, is this going to be the leading one on Cardano? It sure seems like it to me, but
right now for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But the cool thing that I wanted to mention too over here, which I had seen, is that they have portals, they have a portal, right, because they own land, and I guess right next to crypto kitties, I guess, over there. And the Sandbox is they own their piece of land that they're now going to look to put their portal on inside of the Sandbox to portal from Pavia to Sandbox. So you're going to be able to, that's how they're doing these cross chains. So they own land, not only in Decentraland, but now they also own land in the Sandbox, and they're going to drop their different portals on their map to go ahead and actually, you know, I guess map over to these different things. Cause if you see like the little landing pads right here, there's one there, and there was like, it's a little portal scattered throughout the map. You have to blow it up a little bit bigger. But yeah, apparently you're going to be able to portal in to different chains. That's the goal, because I don't know how the hell that's going to work. I really have no fucking clue.
You gotta go through that portal and be like John Travolta in that gif from Pulp Fiction, just like looking around the room, like,
like what am I? Yeah, like what do I do? Yeah, I just walked into some crazy part of this. So I mean, I think that bodes very well for Pavia right now, that the fact that they're making strides like that to try to get into cross chains, and the fact that they own land in Sandbox and Decentraland, the two biggest metaverses arguably out there right now.
Big brain thinking for sure.
Big brain. And then another cool thing, which I did see on here, is this 2B 3D Inc. Bought a beachfront estate in Pavia, and I didn't even notice fucking Samsung is inside of Pavia right now. So I have no idea. Apparently some people are starting to take notice of Pavia, and I haven't even gone through the estates over there. I need to go check who my neighbors are now.
Samsung
down over there. Samsung.
You know Sam?
You sent me his son. Samsung.
I didn't think of when you said that.
Dude, you remember that fucking skit from SNL? A big poppy.
Keenan, playing David Ortiz. Yeah. You know, Sam, you should meet his son.
Do you suffer from depression?
Stop.
Don't. Oh shit, man, I love that. So Pavia, dude, I don't know. I'm obviously keeping a big eye
for sure, though. Yeah, a lot of stuff changing.
And then one of the last things I wanted to talk about over here, which is something to mention, is I don't know if you guys saw the Shook Boys did this thing called Dreamspace, which is basically like a music, healing, and arts festival this past weekend while we were down over at Art Basel down there, and they grabbed some big names over inside the CNFT space. And it's basically like a mental health kind of awareness that they had for the CNFT community, and a lot of big name creators went ahead, and it was meant to be more of a stress-free drop. Like aeoniumsky was in here and had an unlimited mint number, whatever you wanted. You had one of three things that you could get. Everything was 22 ADA. Over here, I actually minted one of aeonium stuff, one of the lamps. But you have some big, again, unlimited stuff out here. Some people did put a mint count on this, like Corn and Friends.
Cool.
Corn dropped one, and it's literally his cat.
That. Yeah,
it was just his cat purring, and it was like 13 minutes long.
No,
like
not purring. It's licking his ass too the whole time. Like,
well, it's licking his ass.
Yeah, but if there's audio to it, you can listen to it, and it's just like a lick sound with purring nonstop, and it's like 3 minutes maybe of just that. Like you keep watching it, and I'm like, is anything else going to happen? And it's just
no, it's 13 minutes.
It's just the entire time is licking his ass,
and it is purring. It's like on loop. It's like that 10-hour like most annoying sound. It's like 13 minutes of just licking and purring.
In the beginning, I think it walks up and just goes like, I'm going to come right here in front of your face, and I'm going to lick my butt. Yeah, it just starts doing it.
And just doing it for that. Yeah. So he had 130 of those. And I think some of those are still up for sale if you're looking for.
Oh, nice. All right.
So everybody was like, I'm a warrior, not a warrior. So everybody was kind of theming it towards like the mental health thing. And even some of the bigger names over here, like you had one of the illustrators from Clay Nation, Jika. I don't want to even pronounce that last name, so I'll butcher it. That's it's one of the Clay Nation artists or illustrators over there, and you can definitely tell by the Clay Nation stuff of what they got going on. But it was all like mental health themed. You have the lucid dreams over here, which we had talked about, and even Mastodon Buttons, Tild over there did one basically, with some masks. Everybody wears a mask, kind of. Everybody had their own little take on it. Udin was over here.
Those are creative. I like those.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah, and who's it? Sushi Bites had one as well, and then who else? The Never Engine as well, that's and then cool. Lastly was Yummi Universe over here, and it was so they had some big names, and again these are all unlimited and had minted for 22 ADA, and I'm not sure if you can still buy stuff right now or not. I haven't really tried to
Look
go
at
back
that picture
to this.
too. Yummi Universe is that picture of like someone messaging on a phone, but see how they're using WhatsApp there? I've been trying to get you guys on that forever now. WhatsApp's so much superior. Yeah. So much better than iMessage.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can still buy these, but they were 22 ADA plus the dust over for these things. So yeah, it looks like you can actually still grab this stuff. So mental health awareness. Yeah, right now I'll do it right on stream. So shout out to the Shook Boys. But another thing that was so much fun for these is that I saw Corn continues to be the best dancer I've ever seen in my life. Like I was sitting here scrolling and just literally watched him, like he's dancing to like the I'm blue dabba dee dabba die in front of his green screen right now, and his dance moves, to me, he just crushes this stuff, dude.
Honestly, it takes like actual, like he's not just like dancing bat. Like that takes talent to dance.
He's got the little
silly, that goofy, because he still has like the coordination to it. It's great.
And he literally just poses in front of his green screen. He kills this stuff, dude. I told Corn like I could literally watch an entire video of his dance moves for this stuff over there, and I was like, yo, he has some sick dance moves.
I think, did he shave the beard recently? I saw his profile picture change, and it was him with half of his face shaved, and he has like half the beard. I don't know if he kept
that was
it like
their
that,
profile pic or something of his, but dude, I don't know. He's always funny to me, and Corn and Friends are, they're working on the animated show for Corn Gang and stuff like that, and I know they're still looking to sell some of that stuff, to get some of that stuff funded, and we had done a sit down with them. So again, haven't gone and checked out Corn and Friends. I know they're doing voting right now for some of the format styles for the artists. They're doing voice work submissions and stuff.
I gotta send mine. I want to do it.
You should do it, dude. I thought about doing a grandma voice Corn. I do have the meme Corn of like my guy, the one who's like flicking him off with like the beer, and the other guy with like the black eyes. Like I just like the dysfunctional Corn family that I want to like put into there. Like just two of them just beat each other up the whole time.
Be like Kenny's parents. That'd be like Kenny's parents from South Park or something. Those two.
I think it's probably a little less PC. They
live in a shitty part of town.
Joke about those kind of things. Yeah, shitty part of town. But no, it'd be fun. I just thought I wanted to shout out Corn for those dance moves. Man, he's been crushing for me. And then I think the last thing that we were talking about too was we had minted those BlockOwls, right? Like the sick the artwork for these things, right? And they had actually just announced, I guess tonight, they've been doing giveaways. I forget how many exact owls that they're doing right now, but they're doing custom ones. So these are the 3 new ones that they went ahead: Tygar, Stake, and Roar. And if you have to stake with this stake pool it's called Tygar over here, and in order to get one of these 3, and I think I had the website up for this as well. So there's different giveaway ones that are like custom themed over here. So there's like, I don't know how many that is, 70, so 79, 80 of these things total. So I don't know if you guys had seen this as well, but looks like BlockOwl has some plans in the works for some custom stuff that they got going on. And I know, Tom, we said we were big fans of their artwork.
I like their stuff.
Oh, I like theirs. Me too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Big BlockOwl fans. So the Tygar collection, it looked like they're, I don't know if that's their stake pool or not. I haven't done a lot of research into that, but I did see that today that they have that going on. They just announced that a few hours ago. So shout out to them
And for sure, yes. I'm curious to see what they do. I think that's another one that's just a one-man team or one-person team. So I'm curious to just see how they continue. And I'm ready for some more owls. I like owls a lot too. I saw that one recently. they were added into that game. I think I sent you guys as well.
Yeah,
that cat game, and they were one of the obstacles added in, or you have to like jump over the owls in the game. Yeah, there it is, right there, exactly. You just pulled it up. Yeah, what is it? It's crypto raggies or whatever.
Crypto raggies. Yeah,
I got my camera.
And like jumping. It reminds me of like the Sonic.
They're in the
almost,
back
right?
there though, in the boxes. You gotta like jump over them and stuff. It's pretty wild. Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of one of those side scroller like games, right? I feel like that's an easy.
Well, their power ups like remind me of like Sonic when you hit them and it breaks open.
100%. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. So I saw them over there. It was dope to kind of see what they have going on. But yeah, BlockOwls, dude, I'm a big fan of what they got going on. I'm really curious to see what that show is and where they kind of go with their community. Their artwork, the artwork is dope. You can't deny that. And again, we said every one of those could be a super rare and epic, whatever it is, because they all do look so dope. And they were doing pretty well as far as the secondary sales go too. But yeah, dude, I didn't realize we had so much to cover tonight, man. We were just crushing through topics. I always say we just want to do an hour episode over here, and then they end up turning into like an hour 30, an hour 40, an hour 50, and I'm pretty sure we're pushing like 2 hours right now.
Freedom 35ers after dark right now.
Hey, it's fine.
Late night Skinamax episode.
Hey, if you've stuck in this long, dude, we appreciate it. What was that, Fonzie?
For sure. Yeah, no, and I mean, so much stuff going on. It's hard to even fit it in. We still even every week had to skip some topics and we push them to the next, and then. But you know, every week we got new stuff coming up, so it's always exciting. I think I say that every week probably, but it is.
It's
I'm
exciting.
Always interested. It's always something new for me to get way too deep into and spend way too much time after work where I'm like, wow, it's 8:30. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours reading stuff on Discord.
I know. I need to like actually spend time and do things with the rest of my life over here and get that out.
All the NFTs and shit. I'm like,
I miss having so much news because I'm sitting over here either recording or doing something's going on.
Cheney said the same, I think, when we saw him down in Miami, where they were going to take some time off, I think, because he's like, yeah, my girlfriend's always just, you're either talking about NFTs or you're talking about crypto or you're on your phone.
Yeah, and it's turned into that. No, Corey's doing the same thing. It's just like, oh, come on, like
I'm picking this over gaming. I game like once a week, if that.
I don't even get a chance to anymore. I want to jump on some Rocket League or Halo.
Or something. Yeah, then
that's fall asleep instead. I gotta go golf. I gotta golf here in the next few hours, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, hey. We got a lot of stuff coming up here for December, I think. So we'll have even,
Yeah, we got a couple more sit downs in the works right now. We have some exciting stuff to announce here in a little bit. So we appreciate it for everybody listening and for this long. If you made it this far, or if you just skip through on my timestamp, that'll be you can do one or two and just say, hey, guys, wanted to hear what you had to say at the end.
Yeah, want to hear the goodbye. Hey. Freedom 35er, baby.
Freedom 35ers, baby.
I want to get that GIF where you just like go up the little peace sign and I just disappear.
Just fade away.
Peace, guys. On all the Spotify people, TJ just psyched me out with that little chair turn right there. Oh man. But yeah, man, it's been a lot of stuff going on, and the Christmas airdrops are going to be fun to see what everybody goes. And
yeah,
I'm ready for my little winter Naru. I'll tell you that.
For sure. We'll see how that goes. I don't think I'll be getting one, but I'll be watching because I only got my one.
Burn that little spoopy.
We'll see.
Burn your spoopy. All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast. Thanks for all the new listeners. Shout out to the new Ghostchain community checking us out. Hopefully, this first episode was long enough for you, and you didn't get you made it to the end here.
Didn't get bored.
So. Yeah. Hey, we never get. We could talk about this shit all night. That's
all
the crazy
day.
thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like literally, I could be up until 5 a.m. just still talking and rattling shit off about you guys, but I think everybody wants to hear that. So
we'll till the next one, right?
Hey, Freedom 35ers, baby.